When the parents are away, the kids will play, with the Carolina Hurricanes up in Winnipeg, Manitoba to take on the Jets tonight. PNC Arena is wide open, and your North Carolina Tar Heels are getting set to take on the NC State Ice Pack for the Governor's Cup. It's a big one here in PNC tonight as the 9-7-1-1 Tar Heels play host to the 6-10-1 Ice Pack. Really a very different dynamic coming into this game. For the last 5, 6, 7 years, it's really felt like every time these two teams squared off, NC State had the advantage and they were expected to win. But tonight, it's anyone's hockey game. Earlier this season, the Ice Pack fell to your Tar Heels by a 5-3 count. It was a great comeback win for the Tar Heels. We'll talk about that one a little bit more in detail later on here in this pregame. But for the Ice Pack, they're going to have to figure out how to finish off some hockey games. They finally did that as they split the series this weekend against the Cincinnati Bengals. It was a tough one, or Bearcats, pardon me, as they split the series. But finally, the Ice Pack came away with the win 5-3 on Saturday, as did the Tar Heels. They were in Hillsborough taking on the Pirates of East Carolina. That game got chippy, a lot of penalties in that one, and a key loss for the Tar Heels as well. Their top point getter, Cole Kozowski, will be out with a concussion due to a hit that he incurred in that game. So a tough loss, but a much deeper Tar Heels roster this year is set to fill in that gap, and we'll see if they can do it here against the Ice Pack. Governor's Cup coming up here shortly. We'll be back at PNC Arena with more.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
Chris Lehman back with you here at PNC Arena. As you can see, the ice behind me has been zammed. They're set for puck drop in about 10 or 15 minutes between your North Carolina Tar Heels and the NC State Ice Pack as they battle it out for the Governor's Cup. As we get set for this one, we certainly have to look back a couple months to the first meeting this season between these two teams. It was a doozy over at Invisalign Arena inside of Wake Competition Center. The Tar Heels shocked a lot of people by taking down the Ice Pack by a final count of 5-3, but it didn't go so smoothly for the Tar Heels the whole way through. While they did look like the better team, they had the pressure on the Ice Pack. They had them back on their heels for most of the first period. They didn't strike until the second, and it was a late letdown in the first period that got the scoring going. 2 quick goals in the last minute and a half of the first period gave the Ice Pack a 2-0 lead. Headed into the second, and you think, well, are the Tar Heels going to come out here for the second period and look flat because they gave up 2 late goals, or are they going to continue to press? And they did a great job continuing to press, continuing to get their chances, and finally, late in the second period, Patrick O'Shaughnessy finally found the back of the net behind Isaac Toyer and made it 2-1, and that is what turned the hockey game. The Tar Heels came out for the third period, scored 2 goals in the first 3 minutes, quickly jumped ahead 3-2 before the Ice Pack were able to even it up a few minutes later, and then late in the period, the Tar Heels had a steal. In on a breakaway was Noah Friedman, and it was David Mahan cleaning up the garbage in front to give the Tar Heels their first and their only lead of the game as they would hold it the remainder of the way. O'Shaughnessy picked up his second goal of the game with an empty netter to seal it, and the Tar Heels took home a 5-3 win. And that means more than just one win in that column on the standings for the Tar Heels. Talking to head coach Jeff Volkman before this game, that game proved to his team that they have the ability to play with and beat this NC State hockey team. As we mentioned in our first segment, most of these matchups in the previous years have favored NC State. Coming into these games, you expect the Ice Pack to win, and that is not the case tonight. However, they're going to be raring to go after losing to these Tar Heels here just a little while earlier in this season. So it should be a good one. If it's anything like the game at Invisalign Arena, it will be very entertaining for our fans here at PNC, but we will take one more break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at some of the players that could be key for both sides going into this one and what each coach thought they're going to need to do in order to win this hockey game. UNC and NC State for the Governor's Cup, coming up shortly.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why? My. Oh.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Well, they got the highlights from the last meeting between the Ice Pack and the Tar Heels playing behind me now. Chris Lehman back with you at PNC Arena as we inch closer to puck drop for the Governor's Cup. Now we want to talk about a few players that are going to be key to this hockey game. As we mentioned, no Cole Kozowski tonight for the Tar Heels. He's their top point getter, and they're going to rely on some other guys to step up into that role and fill his shoes. One of the main players that we're going to keep an eye out for is Noah Friedman, number 91, the senior. He's a pest, and he's been moved up to that top line with Ben Hogan, as well as the Tar Heels captain in Henry Foster. So that line's going to be important. But one thing that head coach Jeff Volkman said, he wants those bottom two lines to help those top two lines out. He's not as worried about those top two. He wants those bottom two to really get some production for this team. Another guy that we want to see have a good game for the Tar Heels, Joel Hughes. He came in midway through that game against the Ice Pack. It had a very strong relief effort for the Tar Heels, helped them to that 5-3 win. He's going to be important as well. In terms of what each coach thinks is going to be important for their team, well, it's exactly the same. They both like to press. They like to take space away from their opponents, and then they have to stay disciplined. We talked about how many penalties there were in that ECU UNC game. You can't give up a lot of power play opportunities to this Ice Pack team, or they will make you pay. On the other side, it's a pretty solid power play for the Tar Heels as well, and they can make things hurt on the Ice Pack end if they get a man advantage as well. We're going to step aside one more time. When I come back, I'll be joined by the Pack TV play-by-play voice, Joey Bianconi, as we get set for our broadcast together of this hockey game. Governor's Cup action coming up right after this.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Both teams out on the ice here at PNC Arena as we get set for the Governor's Cup between the NC State Ice Pack and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Chris Lehman and Joey Bianconi with you here up at the top of the lower bowl here at PNC Arena. These two teams will head to their respective goal lines and get set for the starting lineups in the national anthem. Before they get to that, Joey, let's just start by highlighting a couple of players on each side that are going to play a big role in this game tonight. We'll start with the Ice Pack. Who you got on that side in white?
Yeah, obviously the Ice Pack, you know, you're going to have to watch those Robinson brothers. They're all over the ice. I mentioned it to my stream pregame how, you know, last game versus Cincinnati, they were just all over the place, assisting each other's goals. You saw the Robinson to Robinson connection twice in that game, so you definitely have to look out for both of them on the ice when they come out.
And on that UNC side, we talked about it as well a little bit in the pregame. Who you want to keep an eye out for? Number one is Noah Friedman, who steps up onto that first line with the concussion for Cole Kozowski that has him out of the game tonight. But also in net, Joel Hughes had a strong relief effort against this Ice Pack team earlier this season, and he's going to have to be on his toes and ready to go because I expect this NC State team to come out with some extra fire, having already lost at home to the Tar Heels.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you can't forget about goaltender Isaac Toyer for the Ice Pack. You know, having a 3-0 lead in ACC Championship, a shutout there for them. It's incredible what he does in net. And he did lose that game, like I was telling my stream earlier. Lost that game earlier this season. But we'll take a look at the starting lineup here for the Ice Pack. We're going to have the Alex Fong line starting here today. Alex Fong will take that center position. Drew Bressingham and Zach Herman, two very impressive skaters. You know, Zach Herman, so much speed on that line. Drew Bressingham, one of the hardest workers in that locker room. The top line, defensive line there, Victor Hugo, Jackson Cowan. You saw the Victor Hugo goal last game. Jackson Cowan always solid on that back check. And like I mentioned before, Isaac Toyer in net. Very good goalie in his sophomore year.
All right, and on that North Carolina side, their starting lineup looks as follows as we take a look at the the Tar Heels tonight. We mentioned that top line, Brian Hogan going to be out there with Noah Friedman as well. As Dan O'Hear. You get a look at it on your screen there. The defensive pairing, Florian Zajic and Perry Winfrey. And we mentioned in goal, Joe Hughes is going to have a good game tonight for the Tar Heels. But that top line is going to play a huge role. Henry Foster, who is one of the top shorthanded goal scorers in the country in ACHA D2, had a couple more of them on Saturday. So we talked about how special teams could play a role in this hockey game. Both teams with dangerous power plays. Tar Heels can also be dangerous on the penalty kill as well. Both teams lining up at their respective blue lines. They're finishing up the starting lineups here in Arena, and so we're going to throw it down to the ice as we are set for the national anthem.
Junior at Holly Springs High School, local sensation Claire Patana. At this time, please rise if you are able. Kindly remove your caps and join us as we honor America with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
The starters have been announced, the anthem has been sung, and we are set to play some hockey here at PNC Arena. Chris Lehman, Joey Bianconi with you as we get set for the Governor's Cup. The Ice Pack and the Tar Heels heading out onto the ice now. Tar Heels in their blue unis tonight. In the white will be the Ice Pack. And this should be a very good one. Final thoughts, Joey, as we get set for this one. I feel like whoever gets to their game first is certainly going to have the advantage getting going.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, we talked to both coaches pregame, and that's what they said. Just play your own game, and whoever does that better here is going to win tonight. You know, both teams, super fast teams, you know, on the ice there. Power play is going to be a crucial thing for them going into this game. You know, Ice Pack very good on the power play. Saw a couple power play goals this weekend for them. You know, speed is going to be the key to this one.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, you know, we talked to both coaches beforehand. I asked both of them what concerns you most about the other side. They both really responded generally, we're more concerned about what we're going to do. Off to a quick start. In comes Hogan, dances around a defender and chips it into the corner wide. Tar Heels looking to get in on the forecheck. Ice Pack cleared out to the blue line. Winfrey shuts it down. Foster now in control. He'll move it over to the right wing for Hogan. Looking to the middle. Tipped away, stolen. That's Drew Bresingham up the near wing. Sent back to the middle. Here comes Herman. Zach Herman throws it in on goal. Handled by Hughes. Dropped it down in front of him. And now a little skirmish as Bresingham gave a little bit of a whack to Hughes there after the whistle.
Well, that one didn't take long at all. Drew Bresingham already showing the not-so-brotherly love here at PNC Arena. These two teams hate each other in all sports, and it definitely boils over to hockey as well.
And both coaches mentioned how they like to push the pace. They like to get things going, as you see the quick shot there from Herman. So it should be an up and down, a fast-paced game, which should make for a very exciting hockey game. Jack Gleason collects in the corner after the Tar Heels win the draw. Can't clear it up the wall. It'll be controlled behind the net by Zach Robinson of NC State. He loses control. Now Gleason, backhand pass off the wall to Friedman. He's got space to move forward. In the middle, it's Misha Saboden. He'll carry it across the blue line. Wrists one in, and the first real test for Toyer is right into his glove for another faceoff.
Yeah, I love the speed shown by both teams so far. You know, one shot on net recorded for both of them, getting off to hot offensive starts. We'll see if that can continue here just a little under a minute into this game.
Friedman to take the draw for the Tar Heels, wins it back to Malone. His shot hits a leg on the way through. Alex Robinson got in the way. Puck still loose in the NC State zone. It'll pinball out into neutral ice. Tar Heels need to check up as Malone sends it deep. Just a minute gone. Tar Heels back in on the forecheck. Alex Robinson for NC State, looking rink wide for his brother Zach. A little bit too long. Now Gleason, skate to stick. Headmans it for O'Shaughnessy. Trying to walk through four white jerseys, can't maintain control, and now Robinson carries forward. Zach Robinson has Alex with him. Nifty little move by Zach Robinson. He'll be forced off the puck, though, in the far corner by Noah Friedman. Back to the middle. Saboden will bring it forward, gains the red line. Tar Heels need a change. Well, neither team overly aggressive here to start this game, but they are getting a few testy shots in.
Yeah, we saw that with the Bresingham almost fight earlier, and they're both hitting each other. Zach Robinson got laid across the boards there as well. Going to be a chippy matchup in this one.
Ice Pack regroup behind their own goal. Philip Bailey chips it forward, and a nice play by Miglior to take back possession for the Tar Heels. Shoved forward for Mahan. He'll be bodied off the puck. NC State chips it back into the UNC end. Miglior on it again. Looking up that left wall for Mahan. Deflects away from him. Now Edwards chips it deep. For the Ice Pack, Logan Todd works it around the wall and out. Looked like UNC got a touch to it, so icing waved off as Miglior sets up the breakout behind the UNC net. Looking up that left wall again. It was deflected but not controlled by NC State. That was Cameron Lohr getting in the way. As a result, it skitters all the way down in the NC State end. Ice Pack now on the breakout. Move forward for Bilodeau. He'll be forced off the puck. Good work there from Zach Mengel. Well, both teams moved quickly through the neutral zone their first few times up and down the ice. It's getting clogged up a little bit more now. Hughes chips it up the glass, but not out. Wrist shot from that right point, whistles wide. Ice Pack trying to get set up, but Winfrey will take control for North Carolina. Sends it deep. He'll give chase as the rest of his team goes off for a change. First one there, though, is Logan Todd of NC State.
He gets it back at his own goal line and retreats behind Isaac Toyer. Things certainly settling down here. It feels like both teams don't want to make the first mistake right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just a lot of neutral zone play right here, as you can see. Just playing a pretty safe game, not trying too many, fancy moves or anything. Just trying to set something up. Test out your goaltenders here at the start of this matchup.
Foster picks it up the blue line, works his way down into that left circle, turns, throws it to the middle, just missed Hogan as a couple of Ice Pack defenders collide. Hogan in that corner, throws it to the front, and the one-time shot patted away by Toyer. He's starting to see some action in the Ice Pack end. Good forecheck from the Tar Heels. Work behind the net, thrown through the crease. Looked like it went right under the legs of Toyer. And over to the right wall. Now the Ice Pack in control will move it forward. Bressingham looking to the middle. Herman, backhand shot and a shoulder save made by Hughes. Good save from the netminder of the Tar Heels. His first really big test. Brian Hogan working it up that right wing. Has it taken away by Herman. Ice Pack need a change, so they'll send it into the UNC end. Clearance from Malone deflects back towards Hughes. Tar Heels regroup. Simon Malone trying to throw it behind his own net. It'll be stolen away. Centering pass. Deflected up in the air, knocked down by Friedman, but he does so with a high stick. And we have a stoppage with 15:21.
That was a nice chance by the Ice Pack there. Zach Herman showing his speed. Let's take a look at the replay. Couple shots against Toyer, doing a really good job, but you see Herman up there. I want to give him a quick shout out. He's a guy that I'm just waiting for breakout on this team. We'll see his attempted shot right here. Zach Robinson, a pretty nice patch. It's a backhander attempt by Herman, shrugged aside. It's just a matter of time before the shots start falling for Herman there.
Loose puck in the neutral zone. Tar Heels advanced it forward off the defensive zone draw. Saboden carries across the line, throws it at the net, and it'll be waffle boarded away by Isaac Toyer. Held in nicely at the line momentarily by the Tar Heel defense, but NC State carries forward again. Alex Robinson trying to force his way into the middle, and the puck will be chipped straight up in the air. And now the Ice Pack clear it deep and get another change. Hughes behind his own net. You saw the advantage of being as tall as Joel Hughes on that last breakaway for Herman. He was able to stand tall with the shoulder. Alex Robinson touches up. I'm not sure why he touched that being offside.
Yeah.
Now, I think he thought because North Carolina had touched that last, he was going to get the benefit of the doubt. But that was not the call there. And as a result, because it was an intentional touch, this faceoff comes all the way down into the NC State end.
That could end up being costly for NC State. Alex Robinson just touching that puck. He really didn't have to. And now they'll get a faceoff in their own zone, but they will win it. That's Ricky Frosch on the puck.
Frosch will move it around, but not out. As the Ice Pack, with their second effort, will move it into neutral ice. Good job on the near side by Ben Edwards to close it off. Frosch retreats for the Ice Pack again as the Wolfpack chant starts to ring through PNC Arena. A familiar sound here in Raleigh. Joel Hughes mishandles the puck in front, and he's going to fall on it as they scrum in the North Carolina crease. That was a dangerous play, and it's the second time here early that on a relatively simple play, whether it was miscommunication or just a little fumbling of the puck, Hughes has had some trouble there.
Oh, yeah, that could have been costly for the Tar Heels there. Hughes lucky enough to fall back on that puck. You see, it just ricochets off his chest there. Bailey almost there to put it in. You see a couple hands being thrown there at the end of the replay, too.
And it looked like Hughes wasn't sure whether to deflect it to Winfrey, his defenseman, or to cover it up. And fortunately, it didn't come back to bite him. As the Tar Heels, after the draw, will control behind their own net. Edwards has trouble with the breakout pass, whipped right back in by Jajelski. And this time, Hughes doesn't have trouble handling it. He'll hold on for another faceoff as we get a little bit of extracurriculars once again in front of the North Carolina net.
Yeah, Matt Miller just pushed back into the goal there. Wouldn't be surprised if they called a penalty on that, considering that was way after the whistle, but doesn't seem like they will. But things are going to get chippy here. You see all the UNC and NC State fans. There might be a few moments of beef in the crowd as well, as they're all mixed together here. This is the first time in this matchup that the entire lower bowl for PNC Arena was on sale. So it was really cool to see all these fans here in attendance for this game.
And a great turnout. Still fans funneling in here as we're a little over 6 minutes into the contest. Still looking for our first tally. Ice Pack control off the draw, pinned in the corner by Matt Miller with some help from Garrett Arini. But there for the Tar Heels was Michael Vaglia to clear it up and out. Moved forward by Mangle, forces it in, looking for Ives, can't connect. Tar Heels still force it deep. Another big hit over in that corner. That gets a rise out of the crowd. Ice Pack chip it up. Glove down by Gleason of UNC, and they'll play ping pong here in the neutral zone.
And you know, this is a line out here for the Ice Pack right now, this bottom line with Bilodeau, McEnany, and Lohr that I'm looking to break out as well. You know, this line really hasn't seen much action in terms of goals, but that needs to change here as a quick shot on Toyer is saved.
Not too hard to handle. That shot from Mangle right in towards his crest, gloved and held onto by Toyer. And when you look at a matchup that's fairly equal as this one is, and it comes up a lot as we get another look at this series of hits from the Ice Pack, and there were a couple good ones, including that one from Philip Bailey. But a lot of times the top lines will cancel each other out, and it comes down to those bottom two lines and what they're able to produce. And we'll see if that is the case here tonight. Tar Heels holding the zone. It's Miglio. Into that left corner. He'll be forced off the puck. Henry Foster there to help. Walks out in front. Can't get the shot away. Too many white jerseys. Still loose in front. Not sure that one got through. It deflects into the right corner. And UNC continues the attack. Scrum for it right in front of the Ice Pack net. NC State able to force it over to that far wall. Good forecheck here from the Tar Heels. Looking out in front, Dano here. His pass skitters all the way out into neutral ice. Miglior contains for UNC and sends it deep. Here's Hugo. NC State with the breakout. Now it's Bressingham. Carries it across the red line. He'll go off for a change. Both teams have had a couple of segments of extended zone time. Still looking for our first real golden opportunity, though.
Yeah, and it's nice to see that by both teams. You know, in previous matchups, it was usually dominated by the Ice Pack, the puck possession. But look at UNC coming out here, and it's about even in this one. It's nice to see the competition here, especially on the grand stage at PNC Arena.
Shot high off the glass. Tar Heels in transition. Sabodin looking to center. It gets deflected back into the corner. Over to that near wall, unable to contain Patrick O'Shaughnessy. Gets it back from the blue line, though, from Zajic. Hard snapshot, knocked down, and Toyer will hold on. Another face-off in the Ice Pack end with 11:34 to go.
Yeah, nice shot by Zajic there. Toyer just puts a body in front of it. We'll take a look at what occurred. This is the scrum earlier in front of Toyer, and you see just barely off the shoulder. Isaac Toyer got away with one there.
That was a heck of an effort from Henry Foster to get out in front and create that chance. Sabodin behind the net for the Tar Heels, right back on the attack. Turnaround shot, out with the glove confidently as Toyer. He'll hold on, and we'll get another draw.
Yeah, and confidence is key for goaltender Isaac Toyer coming into this matchup. He knows he can beat this team. He did it last year multiple times. This year, you know, they got one on him, and he's going to come back fully with confidence because he knows that he can win against this Tar Heel squad.
Oh, and he's looked strong early. Couple of nice glove saves as that one just missed the post on the far side, hit a stick on the way through. Tar Heels continue the attack. They score. Zajic throws it on net from the boards on the near side, and it's 1-0 Tar Heels.
Yeah, it was right where that initial shot was that we talked about earlier. Same shot, same location. Toyer just unable to see that. You know, Toyer made me eat my words there right after giving him a compliment. But, you know, just a beautiful shot by Zajic. We'll take a look at the replay there. Yeah, just right under the pad. Toyer just lost sight of it, and that gives the Tar Heels the first lead of the night. 11:15 left in the first.
Well, and I love to talk about hockey cliches, and pucks to the net is something you hear multiple times a game. And right there, that was all Zajic was doing. Throw it to the net, see what happens. And in this case, Toyer wasn't ready for the shot. It snuck underneath. And the Tar Heels strike first here at PNC. Right back on the attack. Mahan walking through the defense. Forces it into the near corner. Getting some help from Leighton Walsh, but it'll be forced out by NC State. Edwards back to collect. Leaves for Winfrey, now over to Gleason. Tar Heels send it the length of the ice. And an icing called face-off in the UNC end here. This is going to be important for the Ice Pack here to try and, you know, scratch something back, because it's been fairly even. It feels to me at least like it's a slight edge for the Tar Heels. They've had a little bit more zone time, a couple more shots. And of course, they've got the goal right now, but it's only a 1-goal game. This Ice Pack team can strike quickly, and they'll control off the offensive zone draw. On and off the stick of Arini. Around the wall, Winfrey for the Tar Heels. Finds Gleason, who will send it right back to his defensive parent. Winfrey, space in that near corner, throws it up the wall through the skates of Mahan and out. Ice Pack send it right back in. Gleason collects for the Tar Heels. He's got time and space up the right wall. Rink wide, it hops the stick of Mahan, but he'll take it off the wall. Looking to step to the middle, it's off the skate of a defenseman. Mahan having to retreat for it. There are 3 Ice Pack players there to chip it up and out, but stepping in at the blue line and holding it in, I believe that's Vaglia on that near wall. He'll get some help from Mahan. Vaglia looking for Ives in the middle, takes the shot himself, and it's sticked away by Toyer.
Yeah, nice job by the Tar Heels there, helping their teammate out. They see him pinned along the far wall there, and they get guys there, 2 guys there to help get the shot out on Toyer. Saved it, but a good opportunity for the Tar Heels.
UNC looking to clear, but can't. Held in at the blue line by Colby Bilodeau. He'll be dispossessed. Chipping and chasing is Zach Mangle. Chasing into that right corner. Hugo reverses back behind his own net. Sent up the near wall, intended for Logan Todd. It's off of his stick and all the way down. Miglior beats it to the goal line, so no icing call. Loose puck, skips to the middle, and the Tar Heels poke it up and out. Brian Hogan chips it past his defensive matchup in Cowan. Takes it to the net, and it's up into the netting. The faceoff will be in front of Toyer.
Yeah, Cowan tried to get a stick on that one, and he just got beat to the puck by Hogan. Hogan sent a nice shot on net towards Toyer. Toyer just redirected it up in the net there.
And actually, I think it was Hugo who got a stick on that. He did a great job of getting a stick on that and not allowing the shot on goal. But good work through the neutral zone, moving quickly for Brian Hogan. Defensive zone draw won by the Ice Pack. Big hit on Zach Herman by Hogan. That'll turn it over. Here's Foster. Over to that left wing. O'Hear can't get the shot on goal. Foster gets it back to him in the near corner. O'Hear off the wall, back to Miglior at the point. On the ice, his shot stopped up in the slot, turning with it. Hogan's shot is padded away by Toyer, still loose out in front. Open net, sliding save made by Toyer, and the garbage cleaned up in front by the NC State defense. Tar Heels have the Ice Pack scrambling, and now a pass skips the stick of Miglior. He'll retreat, and NC State gets a little bit of a breather here. That was quite a sequence, and Foster will go right back to it. He's got O'Shaughnessy in the middle. Foster taken down, no hands up, will play on.
Let me go back to that save before. That was actually Gear Stewart out in front. Toyer was way out of net, and Stewart put a body on the line for that one. What a save by this freshman. And then glove save there by Toyer. Gear Stewart's still out there, but I'm sure we'll look at that replay. We'll see Toyer was way out of net. Gear Stewart just there, puts a body out in front. There's the first initial shot. Toyer's, you see he's on the side of the net, and Stewart just takes one to the chest for his teammate.
Good eyes. I did not see Stewart get to that. That is a great
Toyer's
play.
going to be thanking him later for that one. That was a wide open net. What a heads-up play by Gear Stewart. You see Zach Herman getting laid out as well. A lot of big hits in this one.
There are going to be some of those as this game continues on. A little over halfway through this first period. 1-0 UNC, and they continue to control most of the play right now. Friedman looking out in front, and looks like the puck stuck on the back of the net, and as it's stuck there, we'll have a whistle to stop play. Foster, or Saboden actually, getting knocked down as that whistle was blown, and Friedman not so happy about that hit. It looks like it was Emery Oliver who laid it, and the puck was right there. I don't think there was anything wrong with it.
No, you know, it was stuck on the back of the net there. The whistle wasn't blown just yet. Emery Oliver came and delivered the hit. UNC didn't like that one too much, but they don't have much to argue with.
It will be an offensive zone. Actually, it looks like they'll signal out on top of the NC State blue line for this faceoff. And it looks to be Leighton Walsh up against Emery Oliver on this draw. Walsh wins it backwards. Malone along the benches looking for Edwards. It'll be sent right back to him. Now a DDD pass for Jack Gleason looking up the middle. Walsh deflects it along for Edwards, who sends it behind the NC State net. He'll get in on the attack. Walsh steals away the breakout pass. Deflected back to the blue line. One-timer from Malone. Hit a body in front, loose in the slot. And NC State clears it out of danger. They've got a chance to move forward now. Carrying it in, Zach Robinson. Held wide down that right wing. He'll circle the net. Back out in front, turnaround shot. Hit a stick, deflected behind again. Alex Robinson centering, looking for Zach. Missed his target, and it's all the way down for Isaac Toyer to play. Good sequence, though, from the ice pack there.
Yeah, they were looking for the Robinson to Robinson connection there. Like I mentioned before, saw it previous game for the ice pack and trying to get one there early.
And one of the things to me that's definitely favoring North Carolina right now is the time they spent in possession below the offensive goal line in comparison to NC State, as we get another easy save there for Toyer.
Yeah, we were talking
a lot more time behind that net, and you saw it there from the ice pack.
And we were talking about it just before that first UNC goal. It kind of been even for both teams, and once UNC scored that, it gave them a little bit of momentum. Ice pack now trying to creep back into it, but UNC for a while had all the momentum.
Tar Heels again in control. Wrist shot off the faceoff, swallowed up by Toyer. That was number 24, Justin Maggin, with the shot. You may have heard the boos raining down. Every time they have some of the pep band here from North Carolina, just great for the atmosphere, but of course the NC State fans don't like it.
Absolutely not. You would have liked to see the NC State band show up, but you know, it is nice to see that the band for UNC coming out, you know, such a big event. This is the first time their band has been here, so what an incredible atmosphere this is.
Ice pack back on the attack, pass right through the slot, nobody there to receive it. Hugo back into that far corner, sidestepping a hit. Matt Miller looking out in front, can't put it there, and now looks like the net may have come off its mooring over on that far side. So we'll have a face-off after the stoppage.
PNC taking some inspiration from Invisalign Arena. You know that one net that always comes up.
It's got to be the same for the Hurricanes to practice on, right?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they brought that exact net from Invisalign to here. You never know, but we always experience that sort of delay there at Invisalign Arena, so it creeps into PNC as well.
Miller and Vaglia on this face-off in the UNC end. Tar Heels come away with the loose puck. Zach Mengel lugs it in, trying to force his way past Victor Hugo. Well, the best defenseman on this ice pack squad shuts it down and sends it back into the neutral zone. Tar Heels on it again. Brian Hogan to the middle for Winfrey. Perry Winfrey gets a little bit of help there from Mengel to create some space. Here's O'Hear. Wrist shot deflected just up over top by Hogan. Ice pack looking to break it out. Arini's pass to the middle, stolen away by Hogan to Foster. Pad save made by Toyer. Good pressure from the Tar Heels. They'll keep it in once again. Top of the slot, Hogan. Shot stopped by Toyer. He's really busy right now as the ice pack finally move it into neutral ice. And with a deflection that will wave off icing, play continues.
You know, I really like what the Tar Heels are doing on the offensive side of the puck, getting bodies in front of Toyer, taking away his vision and creating some opportunities for that top line defense to get some nice, powerful shots in on it.
Great work by Brian Hogan. Forcing his way out in front now is Foster, who will be knocked into the net. It will come off the line, and we'll have another face-off in the NC State end. But yeah, that's one of the things that's really the bread and butter of this UNC team, as we get another look at that chance for Hogan. And then again at the shot for Foster, but that relentless forecheck. That's one of the things that head coach Jeff Volkman mentioned to us, was their pressure on the forecheck is what really drives this team, and they are actually going to get a power play out of this. I'm not sure. We'll wait for the announcement from Wade Minter here at PNC to know exactly what it is, but it looks like Alex Fong is sitting in the box.
Yeah, crucial for the Tar Heels. You know, already up 1 goal, now being on the power play here with 5 minutes left in the first. See if they can capitalize here, make it a multi-goal lead.
Winfrey, top of the umbrella, over to O'Shaughnessy. They'll send it back. Winfrey with a one-timer, hit a body on the way through and missed the net. Ice pack clear it up and out. Winfrey will reset.
You know, viewers can't forget just a couple games ago, Matt Miller short-handed goal on the penalty kill there. You gotta think, gotta wonder if Coach Tim Healy's gonna put him out there.
Tar Heels fight their way through the neutral zone. Now they can set up the power play once again. 1:20 to go on the man advantage as NC State's penalty kill will carry it up and out. Bressingham just going to waste some time as he pins it in the corner. Now he'll head off as the rest of his line mates have gotten a change.
And you know, he didn't have the puck for forever, but that was very important for this ice pack power penalty kill, just wasting some precious time as there's only a minute left in the UNC power play.
Here comes Friedman with some speed. He'll work down the left wing and stop on the hashes. Has Malone back at the blue line. They'll play catch. Friedman, top of the circle. Pinballs through traffic and over into the right corner. Zajic throws it to the net. He's got one already that way. This one a little bit softer. Toyer will hold on with 43 seconds left on the man advantage and 3:51 left in the period.
Walsh and Cowan exchanging some words after the whistle, giving each other a little shove. Fans like that one.
I'll tell you, this has been a pretty impressive turnout as well as the Tar Heels control off the draw. It's filling up here in the lower bowl. Into the slot. O'Hear can't get the shot away. Well defended. I believe that was number 4, Jackson Cowan, who tied it up. Tar Heels hold the zone, but give it away, and it'll be cleared out by Hugo. Right in on Hughes. They'll steer it to Malone. Maybe one last push here for UNC on the man advantage. Malone. Over to Zajic, cross ice, looking for Noah Friedman. They can't connect. Hugo looking to clear, held in at the blue line by Malone. 10 seconds left on the power play. Zajic, top of the right circle, throws it on goal. Nice save made by Toyer, cleaned up by the NC State defense, and they have now killed off the power play as Fong is back out of the box. It's a 3-on-2 with him coming in. Alex Fong looking to the middle, tied up by Malone, gets it back, and the centering pass off the skate of Zajic. Pressure here from the Ice Pack, though.
Yeah, nice penalty kill, though, by the Ice Pack. Not allowing too many dangerous chances on the Toyer, and you know, they spent some time in their own offensive zone, one man down, so props to them. Good penalty kill.
Walsh with the puck for the Tar Heels. Throws it off the wall and all the way down. Not exactly what he was looking for. I think he wanted a better angle, and looks like he's arguing for a tip there. He's not going to get it, and it'll be icing. Tar Heels going to have to keep some tired bodies on the ice here.
Well, we'll see a few opportunities there on the power play by the Tar Heels, not able to capitalize, but coming off the bench, coming out of the box, excuse me, Alex Fong, a 3-on-2 opportunity there. They tried to pass across ice to defenseman, captain of the Ice Pack, Victor Hugo, just off a UNC skate. It could have been a dangerous opportunity for the Ice Pack.
Tar Heels in control. It's Dan O'Hear in that near corner. 2-on-1 scrum. He'll come away with it as he steps past Zach Robinson. O'Hear makes his way up through the middle of the ice. Slap shot. Hits the boards behind the net as it went wide. Comes off the boards hard, too, and here come the Ice Pack. Zach Robinson cuts to the middle. Deflected shot fought off by Hughes, and it'll trickle over into the corner as we have a whistle. I don't believe I saw a hand up for a penalty. I think this is going to be a hand pass or a high stick as we get another look at this chance for Zach Robinson.
You know, Zach Robinson is just a magical player on this Ice Pack roster. His sophomore year here, and just look at that. Just how do you even do that on a regular basis, Zach Robinson? I don't understand. He's such an amazing player for this Ice Pack roster, one of their leading goal scorers. Just can't ask for anything more from him.
And it did look like on that replay the net came off the moorings once again. So that was the stoppage. Offensive zone face-off for NC State. They'll control to the net. A save made by Hughes, and once again, he's not putting excessive pressure on that post. It is coming off pretty easy.
I'm telling you, they brought the ones from Invisalign. That's the only explanation. They got to feel more. The Ice Pack have to feel at home at least somewhat. You know, PNC is technically located on NC State's campus, but I'd say about a 50-50 split in the crowd here tonight.
And we're down to the last 2 minutes and change on this period. And if you're UNC, you think back to the last meeting between these two teams. 2 goals in the last minute and a half of the first period for the Ice Pack. So you got to finish this period strong if you're North Carolina. And they're going to get an offensive zone face-off as the puck trickles in on Toyer.
And at least looking at the history of the season for the Ice Pack, they do play better while they're down. A big issue for the team and why they have a losing record is they can't keep a lead, and we saw them finally able to keep a lead just 2 days ago against the Bearcats. But you know, the previous night they did have a 3-2 lead going into the third period and gave up 3 straight goals in 4 minutes. So the Ice Pack definitely play better while down.
They'll go on the attack after winning the draw out of their defensive end. Thrown around the wall behind Joel Hughes, all the way up the near side. It'll be slapped back deep by Philip Bailey. Tar Heels pick it up, though. It's Perry Winfrey moving through the neutral zone with very little pressure, trying to step around his defenseman, and it'll be poked away by Gear Stewart and into that far corner. Ice Pack having trouble breaking it out. Sam Ives with the pressure for the Tar Heels. Pokes it behind the net for Zach Mangle. Now UNC can set up. Miglior throwing it through traffic. It'll be deflected wide by Brian Hogan. NC State back in possession. Fanning on the clearance, though, is Philip Bailey. And the Tar Heels able to hold the zone at least for a moment. Mangle now at the blue line sends it deep and heads off for a change. Down to the final minute of this first period. It was a goal Little less than 9 minutes into the game from Zajic. That's the difference maker right now for the Tar Heels. Ricky Frosch for NC State. Goes D to D with Jackson Cowan. Looking all the way up the ice with a stretch pass picked off by Miglior. Here's Hogan breaking it in for the Tar Heels. Has it poked off his stick. Zach Herman collects for the Ice Pack. Down under 40 seconds left.
Broken stick there for a Tar Heel.
It was Brian Hogan who heads off, replaced by Patrick O'Shaughnessy. Tar Heels able to get back and defend, but the Ice Pack in the offensive zone. Big shot from Cowan. Gloved and held onto by Hughes with 27 seconds to play in the first.
Yeah, huge shot there from the blue line by Cowan. Fong just barely missing a redirect chance. Nice save by Hughes, though.
And an important face-off here for UNC. They've played a very solid period. Again, I think they have a slight edge over the Ice Pack right now. That can flip on its head, though, if NC State puts one in the back of the net here. You got to win this face-off and get it out of the zone quickly, I think, if you're UNC.
Yeah, just the last game, Victor Hugo scored a buzzer-beater goal in the second period against the Bearcats. So the Ice Pack can definitely cause some trouble here, as you see a pass attempt tried for the high slot, intercepted by UNC.
Robinson couldn't get it to the middle. Now a counterattack for UNC. O'Shaughnessy puts on the brakes, hit. Looked like away from the puck on Friedman. He got up looking for a call and won't get it. Down to the last 6 seconds of the period. Tar Heels in the offensive end. It's Friedman again, looking out in front. Slap shot looked like it hit the side of the net, and that's where the period will come to a close. So it was Florian Zajic with the goal, assist from Misha Sabotin and Perry Winfrey. It is 1-0 Tar Heels after one, but as I've mentioned, I feel like it's a slight edge for UNC, but it has been a fairly even game so far.
Yeah, both teams have played great so far in front of this packed crowd in the lower bowl of PNC. Just a huge atmosphere for both these teams. Biggest place they'll play in all year. And you got to wonder, you know, NC State going down with the lead. Talk in the locker room, get the boys hyped back up. We heard them down there when we were interviewing the coaches, both sides getting really hyped, playing music in the locker rooms. It's a great atmosphere here. Can't wait for some more hockey.
Well, we've got about an 18-minute break here, so we'll step aside for a moment here at PNC Arena. We'll come back and discuss this first period and get ready for the second. So, Joey, see you to start the second period.
See you to start the second.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's all good if you think you should check in. Yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back to PNC Arena. Chris Lehman with you here at the Governor's Cup. We're through 20 minutes between the North Carolina Tar Heels and the NC State Ice Pack, and it is a 1-0 lead for the Tar Heels. It's a pretty good first period. Obviously didn't see a lot in terms of goals, but if you're North Carolina, you're certainly happy with the 1-goal lead after 20, and they looked very good. I think for the most part, it was North Carolina controlling the pace of play. As we talked about during that period, they did a great job on the forecheck. They did not give NC State a lot of space getting through the neutral zone, and it made it difficult on the Ice Pack to get in and establish themselves offensively. And as a result, we don't have official numbers in terms of shots for these two teams, but the Tar Heels certainly with the advantage in that department. But there have been enough chances that Joel Hughes has had to be on his toes. He had a couple of breakaways. He had to stop a couple of chances in tight, and that's maybe the one thing that the Tar Heels would like to see cleaned up a little bit. Hughes did not have a bad period, but there were a few instances early where you could see the jitters. He had a little bit of trouble handling a couple of soft pucks in on goal, and it resulted in some scary moments. Not really any scoring chances, but a few hairy moments there in front of the North Carolina net that could have ended up in the back of the net. And when you look at this game and how evenly it's been played for the most part so far, it's nice to have that 1-goal lead, but in hockey, all it takes is one bad bounce to flip things the other way. And that's certainly the way it seemed to go the first time these two teams met. That goal late in the second period flipped things for North Carolina. They went on to win the third period in the game, so all it takes is one bounce to change things, and then you're back on your heels. So if you're North Carolina, you like the way you played in that first period, but you need to put some more on the board for some insurance. So we'll talk a little bit more about how the Tar Heels can do that. We'll also talk a little bit about that goal that North Carolina scored to take the lead from Florian Zajic when we return. It's 1-0 after 20 minutes here at PNC Arena as North Carolina and NC State battle it out for the Governor's Cup.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look.
It's so sad. It's not.
"20 minutes down, 40 to go here at PNC Arena as North Carolina and NC State battle it out for the Governor's Cup. We've got highlights from period number 1 to take a look at, and we'll do that now. We talked about some of the issues for Joel Hughes, just nerves, I think, and maybe a miscommunication on that play. Still able to swallow it up, though, and both goaltenders had their fair share of tests as we get a look there at the goal from Florian Zajic. That was just a result of relentless pressure from the Tar Heels and eventually just getting the puck to the net at an unexpected time. You see another shot there. That was a great job by North Carolina in this first period just to get pressure, get to the front of the net, and get chances. That's a lot of what we're seeing here as you see North Carolina just forcing their way out in front and creating opportunities. So a great job by North Carolina in this first period as you get a look at some of the highlights from the first 20 minutes. And I think when you look at the way that first period went, we've certainly talked about it enough, but the pressure was there for the Tar Heels. It's just a matter of putting the puck behind Isaac Toyer a few more times. You had a great look. Henry Foster just creating havoc in front of the net. There was a lot of traffic. And that's one thing we didn't talk quite as much about was the traffic in front of the net, especially when the Tar Heels had a lot of zone time. They did a great job of getting bodies in front, getting the puck back to the point, and then throwing the puck to the net. What they're trying to do is take away Toyer's eyes, try and find a seeing eye shot through traffic, and put it behind Toyer and into the back of the net. Now, there might be just a little bit too much traffic right now when you look at it because most of those shots are not getting through, so you might have to clear things out a little bit more, which is going to open up some sight lines for Toyer, but it is going to make it more difficult if you can keep some traffic in front of them and maybe get a couple deflections. They were certainly, the Tar Heels that is, were certainly shooting for some deflections. They weren't able to put any in quite the right spot. Some of them went right into Toyer. A couple of them missed wide and high as well, but great job by the Tar Heels here early. I think the forecheck has been great. The one place they need to work is just getting out of their zone when they get back on their heels a little bit, when the Ice Pack do get some pressure of just getting out of the zone quickly and continuing to press their way up the ice. So a great first period again for the Tar Heels. They hold just a 1-0 lead though, so we still have plenty of hockey to play with 40 minutes left in this contest. We'll be right back to preview the second period, talk about what the Tar Heels need to continue to do and what maybe on the Ice Pack end they need to clean up in order to get themselves back even in this hockey game. Second period coming up shortly here at PNC.
From the top of D.H. Hill Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually like in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? This is Kid Kinetic, your boy up here at the top of the hour, and guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
Hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
We've got about 5 minutes left until the two teams head back out on the ice. After 20 minutes, again, it's the Tar Heels 1, the Ice Pack nothing. Chris Lehman with you here at the Governor's Cup at PNC Arena. And we're going to look ahead to the second 20 minutes and what both teams can kind of do to kind of, if you're the Tar Heels, gain an extra advantage and continue to push ahead, or if you're the Ice Pack, inch back into this hockey game and tie things up at 1. We'll start with the Ice Pack. I think most importantly for them is finding a way to clean up their neutral zone play. North Carolina has done a great job. We've talked about their forecheck. What that also leads into, when NC State is able to get out of their defensive end, is a very messy neutral zone. A lot of times NC State is not possessing the puck into the neutral zone. They're having to chip it out and go chase it down, and the Tar Heels have done a great job of forcing them to one side, limiting them to a certain amount of space, and then closing things off and taking the puck away. So if you're NC State, you've got to find a way to possess the puck out of the neutral zone and then move it through cleanly and quickly. We talked about it early in that first period. Both teams were flowing freely through the neutral zone. We saw chances on both sides, but then the Tar Heels did a good job of kind of mucking it up in the middle, slowing things down when the Ice Pack were coming up the ice, and then flipping it the other way and bringing it in. And so if you're the Ice Pack, you got to get out of the zone cleanly to get your chances moving into the other end and setting up offensively. Now on the Tar Heel end, we mentioned all that they've done well. We've also talked about their inability to finish to some extent, and I think part of that is due to shot quality. The goal from Florian Zajic is not a high percentage goal. It's one that you just throw to the net, see what happens, and that's the way hockey goes sometimes. It just finds the back of the net. If you're North Carolina, they've got some great zone time. They've got a volume of shots. Now the quality needs to go up a little bit more. If they can get into the bottom of the slot and get some better chances, they'll be able to put some more in the back of the net and add to this 1-goal lead. We're just about set for the second period, so we'll wrap things up here with the Intermission Report when we come back. Joey Bianconi with me as we get set for the second 20 minutes. 1-0 Tar Heels after 20.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
Everything I do it for you.
Mom, love you always.
No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Welcome back to PNC Arena. We're doing a little switcheroo here up in the booth. I'll be taking play-by-play. Chris Lehman will be taking color. Chris, I know we have different intermission coverages here. What did you tell your stream about what to watch for in this period?
Well, I think for North Carolina, they did a pretty good job of implementing their forecheck in that first period. They made it difficult when NC State did get out of their own end to get through the neutral zone and establish an attack. So if you can continue to do that and get some more high-quality scoring chances to add to that volume, things are going to go well for them. On the Ice Pack side, though, talking about getting through the neutral zone, they got to find a way to possess the puck through the neutral zone a little bit more to get into the offensive end and get things set up. So both teams have had their chances. They've shown that they can get their chances, and it's just a matter of who's going to be able to get a few more and put more in the back of the net now.
And you mentioned that neutral zone play for the Ice Pack. That's been kind of a serious issue for them most of the season, just not being able to control those pucks, get those passes through the neutral zone, and ends up them playing a lot of on the back check in their own defensive zone. So we'll see if that can change here in this period as the second 20-minute period is underway here at PNC Arena. Fong tipped that one into the zone, but UNC will get a quick clear. NC State will go back to Chase. That's Hugo trying to get it forward for Cowan, and he does. And that one dangerously off the net in front of Toyer. That one able to be cleared out. That one blocked out in front by Hugo. He doesn't have a stick. He just took that one off the leg. Nice play there by Hugo. Cowan in there now against Friedman. Able to get that one back to the blue line. Big hit laid by Bressingham there. And look, a 2-1-on-1 opportunity for the Ice Pack. Takes the shot off the post. Oh, what a chance for the Ice Pack that one was. Now UNC will gain control of the puck.
Yeah, Hughes got a little bit lucky there. He didn't quite have the post covered on that near side, and he was bailed out by his friend over there on his right.
Cowan backhands a pass towards Herman, and he'll take that one and skate out of the UNC zone. Herman's such a talented skater on this Ice Pack roster. He was my player to watch a couple of games ago. There's a good reason why. Has so much speed. Brings so much speed to this Ice Pack offense. That one hit down by Ricky Frosch. He'll go back to chase it behind. Toyer gets it to Cowan. Cowan forward for Zach Robinson, and he'll get that in the neutral zone. Just hops Emery Oliver's stick. The Ice Pack will get control once again. Ricky Frosch over for Zach Robinson. Zach Robinson tries a drop pass, but no one home to collect that. Gear Stewart gets a stick on that one. UNC will pick that up. That's Sabotin. Passes it forward, intercepted by Ricky Frosch. That would have been a delayed offsides. UNC tags up. Now the Ice Pack, Alex Robinson tries a move through legs, unable to get that to anybody. Gear Stewart will go back to chase. Emery Oliver now laying a hit on Friedman. And now here goes the Ice Pack. That's Zach Robinson with some speed through the neutral zone. Tries a move through a defender. What a move that was. Just couldn't find the puck after. A big hit laid on Robinson after. Another hit by Alex Robinson. Didn't like what happened to his brother. Comes up and gets a big hit on the Tar Heel defense. Tar Heels have possession of that puck now. That's Sabotin looking over for Friedman. Gets it to Friedman. Tries to get it up towards the blue line. Another hit on the UNC defense by the Ice Pack. Battle for it behind Toyer. Puck comes out in front, cleared by NC State. A reset at the blue line. Shot off a body in front. I believe that was Emery Oliver. Took it off of his upper body. And now the Ice Pack go down to chase.
Well, it does feel like the neutral zone's a little looser for North Carolina here to start this second period. It's been a little bit more clean of an entry for NC State. They might have a chance to set up here.
Matt Miller tried to get a pass over for Bressingham, but not able to connect. And here's UNC on a breakaway now. Miller back on the defense. Toyer, what a save. Oh, the blocker saved by Toyer. Luckily, nobody for NC State, UNC was there to clean up, as Toyer couldn't control that one, but nice save by him nonetheless.
That was the right move, too, by Ben Edwards of North Carolina to attack Matt Miller, a forward playing back. And it was a nice job by Miller. Same thing that Jack Gleason did on Zach Robinson a moment ago. Just forced him outside, let him keep the puck, but forced him away from the danger area.
Backhander by Miller off the back of the net, and he'll recollect his own puck. Gets it back up for Todd. Todd tried to get a pass out, and he does to Garrett Arini. Garrett Arini turns it over, and puck goes back in neutral zone. NC State there to collect it. That's Captain Victor Hugo. He'll pass it forward all the way down, but nobody there to collect it, and that's going to be an icing.
Yeah, and one of the reasons the neutral zone is going to open up a little bit more here in this second period is the period of the long change. As we get another look at that chance for Herman. And actually, it's pretty good positioning as we see it from the other angle from where we are. as Hughes was able to get a piece of it just enough. There's a nice hit. One of the things that the Ice Pack have done well to start this period is establishing themselves physically with a couple of big hits.
Miller and Vaglia in there on the faceoff. Won by UNC, tries to get a shot off on Toyer and whiffs on a shot. NC State now putting some pressure on the Tar Heels. You see a ton of bodies there just digging out for the puck, and it finally pops out in NC State's favor. That's Garrett Arini now skating up through the neutral zone, tries to get it to Philip Bailey, and it hops his stick. Victor Hugo will be back to collect, passes it for Todd, and now Todd through to Arini. Bailey lost the puck, but Arini picks it up, and what a save there by Hughes. Could have been a dangerous chance for the Ice Pack.
Ooh, and a little bit of extra pushing and shoving there at the end. But a nice job by Hughes to keep his eyes on the puck there and stay square. He is so big. If he can just stay square and stay in position, it's not going to be easy for NC State to get things past him. He's done a nice job of just staying in front of the puck. That's what you do as a big goaltender. Get down, seal the bottom, use your upper body to get as big as possible. And he did a nice job there on that save as well.
And you thought that might have been a huge missed opportunity for the Ice Pack there, as Philip Bailey had no idea where that puck was. But Garrett Arini, good awareness by him to pick that up and get a shot on goal for the Ice Pack. This one comes out of the zone. Ice Pack trying to get back on the back check and chase it. That was a good job by Zach Herman there. Now the Ice Pack will get it into the neutral zone. Nobody home for the pass. UNC will take over control. Now here come the Tar Heels. Shot onto Toyer. Blocker save there. Pass out into the slot, intercepted by Fong. He tries to get it forward for Bressingham. Just a little too far ahead. Ice Pack back on defense.
Well, if I'm Dan O'Hear on that last break into the zone, I may have looked for Henry Foster. He's sitting in the top of the slot, and he might have had a better angle and a little bit better shot, but not a bad effort from O'Hear with that wrist shot either.
Tar Heels back in the Ice Pack zone now. Nice job there by Hugo to get that puck, but brought off of it. Body out in front. Oh, just wide of the net there. Loose puck through the crease. UNC not able to put that one home. That was Noah Friedman there on the shot.
Great job by Victor Hugo and Jackson Cowan to cover that. That's a tough turnover, and a lot of times results in a great opportunity like that, and they did a great job of slowing it down and then disrupting the pass.
What a save there by Toyer. An absolute missile coming in from the blue line there. That was Simon Malone. Toyer not fazed by that one.
Yeah, and he's looked good to start this period. Just get another look at that chance. There's actually Jack Herman coming back in to help out. Good back check. You're going to need that in this game. A tight checking game. You need your forwards getting back and covering, because that one's in the back of the net if Herman's not there.
Defense have been a strong suit for this Ice Pack team this year. One of the main problems for them is their offense, trying to get started. You know, guys like Riley Johnson, Chris Solomon, Colby Peterson, all of them gone, and they were the leading goal scorers for this Ice Pack squad. Having trouble finding that next man up in that offensive push there. You might say the Robinson brothers are probably the next ones up along with Matt Miller, but so far this season, points are lacking for the Ice Pack.
Yeah, and the three names you mentioned there are huge names. Those were core guys that helped move this NC State program from a really, really good program to a great program and a nationally recognized program. So those are big shoes to fill.
Ice Pack went to regionals last year, a national appearance just a couple years before that.
But it's great to see the way both of these teams are progressing. Tar Heels were in regionals as well, actually had a lead on Indiana early. It was a little bit of a surprise, but a great season for the Tar Heels last year that they've continued to build on. And you know, see, if these two teams continue to get better like this and the turnout we're getting here tonight, these are going to be really, really fun hockey games in the future too.
There's Zach Robinson entering the zone now. Backhanded pass towards his brother. That one off his stick. And Hughes there to cover.
And if I'm the Ice Pack here, maybe you just throw a few change-ups at Joel Hughes. It seems like the softer shots are a little bit harder to handle. That one got up on an edge, and he did a pretty good job of containing it. But there have been a few that have just kind of trickled in, and it hasn't seemed like Hughes has known exactly what to do with them. But it was a little bit more comfortable, I think, with that one.
UNC will win this face-off, skating up through the neutral zone with some speed. There's UNC. Oh, on Toyer. Nice save there. Pass through the crease. Connects, but wide on the shot. Now Zach Robinson hits that puck forward, but nobody there to help him. He'll go in on the forecheck. Take a look at UNC, try to break out. There's 3 Ice Pack players on the forecheck there, luckily enough. Todd, there to cover that puck for the Ice Pack. Pass batted down out in front. Zach Robinson there to pick it up, but he gets leveled, no penalty called.
That one looked like it could have been a hooking penalty. Walsh got his stick up into the gut of the Ice Pack player there and brought him down. He might have gotten away with one.
You see Zach Robinson laying a hit on him. He shows his frustrations not getting there. Pass for Todd, not able to connect. Robinson will collect this puck now. On to Hughes. That one deflected. Now Tar Heels will come out of the zone with some speed. That one deflected wide. Ice Pack trying to regain control, and they do. That's Victor Hugo. Passes it forward. That's Matt Miller trying to get it for Gardarini, and he does, but he loses an edge. Tries to get it back. He backhands it for Miller. Not there. Hugo now races for this puck, and he'll get it. He'll bring it forward for Matt Miller. He'll be there. Puck will get past him. Cowan there to close the gap. Puck off a UNC defender there. Ice Pack still managing to keep it in the zone. Nice zone time there by the Ice Pack. Shot by Arini, denied by Hughes.
This is one of the best sequences for NC State so far. Didn't really get much on net, but they had a lot of zone time there that we haven't seen so far.
Yeah, their offenses look pretty good here to start this second period. 11:33 left in this second period. That puck deflected off Toyer's stick up into the netting here at PNC Arena.
But as we mentioned with the long change, things are going to open up a little bit here in the second period. You can see that for NC State, they've done a good job of getting into the zone and setting up. You can certainly see them getting through the neutral zone a little bit easier, and it's going to be up to the Tar Heels to try and clog it up a little bit. But I think if you're North Carolina, you're not too concerned. Both teams are getting their chances right now, and the way that UNC is played, and I think the confidence you have from winning the first matchup, you're okay with trading chances right now with this NC State team.
You know, a pretty clean game played by both sides here, disregarding that Fong penalty earlier in the first period. That was something that both coaches were concerned about starting this game, was penalty trouble. You know, these matchups get chippy, but so far, pretty well-called game here.
Yeah, and I think in a game like this, you want to let the boys play a little bit more. You don't want to let it get out of hand, and it certainly hasn't gotten close to that. I think they've done a good job of letting them play so far. But if you're UNC, you know, penalties tend to even out in a hockey game. So at some point, you got to stay smart and prevent it as long as possible. But eventually, the Ice Pack very likely going to find themselves in the man advantage at some point.
Tar Heels pick this one up, looking to have an advantage here. Pass back out in the high slot through the face-off circle now. Brought off the puck. That was Noah Friedman skating it in behind Toyer. Ice Pack get it out of the zone. You can see Skater there losing it in his vision. That was Winfrey. Now to slow down the pace.
Nice confident pinch there from Florian Zajic as well, the goal scorer for the Tar Heels. He got over quickly and shut that down.
No icing on that one. NC State will pick it up. Zach Robinson to his brother Alex Robinson. UNC gets a stick on that. Ice Pack will have to go back and chase. Cowan now collects that puck, pinched along the boards by UNC. Alex Robinson there to help him out. UNC will get that. Oh, Friedman just wide of the net there. Nice opportunity for him. Alex Robinson will pick up that puck and get it out into the zone towards Zach Robinson, but not able to get an edge on that puck. UNC will go back to collect. Now they skate through the neutral zone. That's Friedman, puts the brakes on, loses the puck. Oliver gets it forward for Robinson. Robinson is one-on-one now. See if he can make a move. He gets it forward for Emery Oliver, just wide of the net.
That was a good chance there for the Ice Pack. Couple of bad breaks for the Tar Heels, losing edges.
Turnover by Alex Robinson, but he comes back and helps his goaltender, but that goes in anyway! Misha Sabotin puts the Tar Heels up 2-0.
Well, that's another one. Get the puck to the front of the net, see what happens. It's bouncing around. Toyer unable to collect, and Sabotin just camped out in front. Ice Pack couldn't get a body on him, and the turnover ends up hurting. Nobody finds Sabotin there. Look at him standing on top of the crease. You had two Ice Pack defenders collapsing on Patrick O'Shaughnessy, and Gear Stewart couldn't get back in time.
Gear Stewart played a pretty good game, and you know that one just a mistake by him. Little late to the puck there. Could have got a stick on that one. Ends up costing the Ice Pack in the end. Tar Heels up 2-0 now. Gear Stewart collects that puck for the Ice Pack. They'll move it forward, chip it in the zone. That was Zach Herman, Now they'll go to Chase. That's Todd in on the forecheck. NC State will get it back. Move back out for Frosch.
Well, the one silver lining right now for NC State, it's only 2-0. There's still time. But as you've mentioned a couple times, they play better when they play from behind. So they're certainly not out of this game, but they're going to have to turn things around a little bit. They've looked a little bit better getting into the offensive zone here in this period, but they're still not quite getting the chances that North Carolina is. They're going to have to find a way to get a few more shots in on Joel Hughes.
Tar Heels slow this one down. The young line for NC State out there right now. Bilodeau. Now Frosch will pick that up, get it forward for Garrett Arini. Arini trying to get an edge, puts the brakes on, tries to find some help, and he tries to get it through to Matt Miller in the slot, but puck will come back into the neutral zone for Jojelski, and UNC will clear, and don't look now. Oh, a chance for UNC, one-on-one with Toyer. Toyer, what a save that was. We'll get a blown dead here. It's a nice chance by Ben Edwards, all alone, coming in on Toyer.
Well, and it was Luke Jojelski getting back. He did a nice job of getting in the way of Edwards there without committing a penalty. And Toyer does a nice job. You see Arini come in there to seal up. The puck was loose in his legs, but a great chance there for the Tar Heels. And Toyer, yeah, it's hard to fault him too much on either of the goals. He's done well on some real good challenges, too.
There's another opportunity for the Tar Heels, covered up by Toyer. UNC fans not happy about that last one. They feel as if a penalty should have been called on Jojelski, as his stick did get a little high up into the chest area.
Well, that was when he kind of reached around Edwards to try and get at him, and he didn't really get a clean tug. I think you look at the way it's called, slashing is called in the NHL now. You get your stick up on the hands, it's almost always going to be called. The ACHA, you have different officials. You're not going to quite get the same call. And I don't really have a problem with allowing a little bit of that. And he does a nice job of not getting too much to draw the penalty, but enough to disrupt the breakaway.
Cowan gets that one in the zone for NC State. Miller tries to pass through the slot. Bailey just a little behind him. Won't connect on the pass. NC State has to go back and chase. That's Jackson Cowan moving it forward for Matt Miller once again. He's stuck on the blue line. Now UNC takes over. They'll look with some speed. That's Mangle. Intercepted by Cowan, and he'll move that into the neutral zone. There's Philip Bailey, goal scorer. Last time out for the Ice Pack. That one wide of Hughes. Hugo tries to pinch it along the boards. Does not work out in his favor. Hugo now back in. What a save by Toyer once again. You're right. Toyer's played a pretty good game. Those two goals, hard to fault on him entirely. Makes another great save there.
Yeah, and we'll get another look at this chance for Foster. Nice, hard wrist shot. Toyer able to glove it and hold on. But I think looking at this NC State defense retreating back into their own end, they're giving North Carolina a lot of space. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that Carolina is trying to chip and chase and go after it, but they're starting to change that up a little bit because of that space. And you might need to challenge a little bit more if you're NC State coming into the zone.
Zach Herman picks up this puck, moves it forward for Drew Bressingham. Bressingham pass to Fong. Fong gets tripped up, no penalty called. Herman still with it, but the Tar Heels will regain possession and look to have a numbers advantage moving in here. That one through Stewart, up along the glass. That one did not hit the net, so it's still in play. Fong to Herman. Now Herman with some open ice through the neutral zone, enters the zone. As the first one shot, rebound attempt there. Herman tries to wrap around but does not connect. That one out towards Stewart. Get it back to Herman now. And that one turned over in the Ice Pack zone. Here comes UNC now. Didn't have much help on that. Ricky Frosch gets there, gets a stick on that. Stewart laid on the hit. They'll still control, pass through the crease. Does not connect. Malone will go back to chase.
Good effort there from Hogan to get that deep and allow the rest of his team to get off for the change. Tar Heels still doing a good job in their own end of keeping NC State to the outside for the most part.
NC State clears that one to the neutral zone, tries to rip it off a body. Zach Robinson there to put the pressure on. UNC retreats just a little bit into their own zone. Intercepted in the neutral zone by Alex Robinson. Pass back to Victor Hugo. Now into the zone goes Emery Oliver, but quickly out once again. Cowan moves it forward for Robinson. Robinson to Robinson. Now Zach Robinson toe drag off a UNC defender. There's a turnover. Oh, just high of the net. Alex Robinson, excuse me. Good opportunity there for the Ice Pack, but now UNC coming back with some speed. Nice poke check there by Victor Hugo. There's a shot on the Toyer, denied. That was O'Shaughnessy. Now some extracurriculars behind Toyer, some pushing and shoving. Got to be careful here, don't get a penalty. And the referee's quickly there to separate that one.
Well, that's Noah Friedman getting in there and doing one of the things he does best and just annoying the defense of the opponent. He's not the biggest guy out there, but he'll get in there, he'll muck it up, and he'll get under your skin. And that's what he's doing right there. Now it looks like they're going to take him for a penalty. And I mentioned those penalties tend to be cyclical. They come back around, and now the Ice Pack are going to get their first chance on the man advantage.
We'll see what they can do on the man advantage. Alex Robinson scored a power play goal last time out. And you see the replay of it there.
I'm not totally sure. We'll see what comes over the PA system as to what the call is, whether it was the way he jabbed at Toyer that got the call. After that, it was just kind of some pushing and shoving.
Could have been some words said as well by Freeman.
Very true.
But we'll see what Wade Minter has to say over the PA system. Usually PA announcer for the Carolina Hurricanes and the NC State Ice Pack will be in the building for this one as well.
Sounds like a roughing penalty.
Oh, that one off the chest of Hughes. The Ice Pack recollect, that's Hugo. Hugo rips a wrister, denied. Zach Robinson there, but not able to collect it. Zach Robinson brought down. Fans want a penalty, will not get one. No official's hands has been raised. Hugo closes an edge on that one, keeps it in the zone. Nice job by Hugo there.
Yeah, it's tough to get that call for the 5-on-3. A lot of times officials are going to give the penalty kill some more leeway.
Alex Robinson pushed over, clean hit on that one. UNC will clear it to the other end of the ice. Toyer there to reset things for the Ice Pack. Victor Hugo slow with this one, tries to find a teammate. That's Bailey. He'll be stuck along the boards, kicks it to himself. Now back to Hugo.
This isn't a must-score power play for NC State, but you'd really love one to get the momentum back on your side a little bit.
Alex Robinson dancing around the top of the blue line there. Passes it forward for a teammate. Off a little bit of Hughes there. Miller now moves it forward for the Ice Pack. That's Frosch. Moves it for Alex Robinson. Alex Robinson trying to find some help, and he does, to the top of the blue line. There's a slap shot on net. Nobody there to clean it up. That was from Matt Miller.
And we're going to get a tripping penalty here on NC State. Somebody's stick got caught up in the skates of Simon Malone, and that's unfortunate for the Ice Pack. They're going to end this power play 22 seconds early.
Yeah, 4-on-4 ice here, a lot of open ice, and you know, advantages for both of these teams is showing their speed, so a lot more open ice here for 22 seconds. See what they can do.
Yeah, the other thing this is going to do is the face-off's going to come down into the NC State end, so it really effectively ends any good chance that NC State could get with UNC down a player.
The only chance NC State has here is if they win that face-off. Saw them improve on their face-off wins last game out, but the first game against Cincinnati Bearcats, they were getting dominated on the face-off. So we'll see what they can do here. Just 22 seconds of 4-on-4. Ricky Frosch called for that penalty. We're underway. NC State will win that face-off. Referee in the way of Cowan, but he moves it forward anyway for Herman. Herman with some speed enters the zone, tries a move, not able to get it, but it loose in the crease. Now Hugo will go back to chase. There was a golden opportunity there for the Ice Pack to try to capitalize, but ultimately their chance will come to an end as it's going to be a penalty kill now for the Ice Pack power play for the UNC Tar Heels. Intercepted there at the blue line, shot weakly onto Toyer. He'll move that one aside. UNC keeps it in the zone though. Take a look. Now moves it over for Foster. Foster.
This has been a very impressive power play. It'll be interesting to see how they can set up without their top point getter, Kozowski.
There's a shot, moved to the blue line for Malone. Doesn't get all of that one. Had an opportunity, but Ice Pack will clear.
A great sliding block over on that near side by Victor Hugo. Got in the way of the one-timer and shut down what could have been a great chance for UNC's power play.
Noah Friedman moving that one forward. Into the zone now goes UNC. Ice Pack back on defense. Now looking for a shot off Toyer's blocker. into the glass, and that one will rim back around for the Tar Heels. Here go the Tar Heels once again, trying to find some open ice. NC State doing a good job getting that puck out of there, and they do once again.
They've kept North Carolina's power play out to the outside pretty well, and they're down to the last 30 seconds now to kill. It's been a strong kill so far from the ice pack.
Some speed, UNC into the zone. That's Zajic, the goal scorer earlier, scored the first goal of the game. Backhanded pass to Drew Bressingham. And Bressingham will now clear this one down. 10 seconds left on the power play.
Yeah, good penalty kill there from NC State was really needed after they weren't able to find the back of the net on their own man advantage.
1:24 left in this second period of action. UNC having the only goal in this period, 2-0 lead. Here Stewart gets a stick on that. Oh, juggling through the slot. Oh, save out in front, but scored anyway. That's Noah Friedman. An assist earlier, now a goal. Tar Heels go up 3-0.
Well, and NC State's going to have to find a way to get control of some of these 50-50 pucks. Most of them are being won by North Carolina right now, and you just cannot let the other team get control of that puck where it was. And a lot of credit there to Hogan, juggling the puck to get it in deep. But look at the movement. A lot of standing around from NC State, just trying to find where they need to be. Look at the movement from North Carolina. Hogan's moving. In on another layer of attack is Friedman coming in, and eventually gets possession, and Toyer just trying to search for the puck, couldn't find it.
Yeah, nice job there by Brian Hogan with that puck. That was incredible. But the Ice Pack now down 3-0. A pass through the crease does not connect for UNC. Now Zach Robinson picks this one up. 55 seconds left. Robinson tries to get that one on net, goes high of Hughes. That one tangled up in the skates of Oliver. Now Oliver in on Hughes. That one goes off the chest. Now Hugo to Cowan. Cowan moves it forward for Oliver and does not connect on the pass. Toyer will come out of net to slow this one down.
Well, that one is really going to hurt this NC State team. Give up that late goal. See if they can make something happen before the end of the period.
Robinson rips a wrister on the Hughes. That one off the chest to him. Now he'll recollect his own puck. Pass out to Oliver. Now Hugo's slap shot. Saved by Hughes. Nice glove save there with 11.8 seconds left.
Hughes made that save look a little bit easier than it was, too. He had to reach outside and find that puck, and he did a nice job of getting to it. He's looked pretty solid this period. Haven't seen much of him mishandling the puck, and it really was only a couple instances in the first period, but he seems very comfortable, very confident the way this game has gone so far.
Seemed to shake the butterflies away. We know how powerful Victor Hugo's shot can be, especially that slapper up by the blue line. Nice job by Hughes to get that one. Victor Hugo putting his body on the line for that one. Keeps it in the zone. Blocked out in front by UNC, however. And that's how this period will end. A 3-0 lead for the Tar Heels through 40 minutes. What's your takeaways from this one, Chris?
Well, the Tar Heels were able to get to their game much more effectively, I think, than NC State was. Very similar start to the second period, a little bit more free-flowing. Both teams had some chances, but eventually that forecheck for North Carolina made it, as we talked about, difficult to get through the neutral zone. But on top of that, in the second period, that means it's harder to get off the ice. You're a little bit more tired. We talked about on that last goal, NC State not really moving their feet in front of their net as much on that last goal. That might have to do with a long shift. So I think UNC just did a little bit better job getting to their game, getting to the forecheck, and they got some of those high-danger chances that they wanted. They're going to have to come out to start this period, this third period, strong, though, because I expect a pushback from NC State.
So a 3-0 lead here for the Tar Heels. We'll be back with intermission coverage on PAC TV.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas. Everything I do it for you. Mom, love you all. No, it's true. Everything I do it for
graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
A great second 20 minutes for the North Carolina Tar Heels. Chris Lehman back with you here at PNC Arena, and it is a 3-0 lead after 40 for the Tar Heels. A great second period of the long change, and you could see it early on. Both teams did a great job of getting through the neutral zone, using the space they had early on, and creating some chances. But once things got going for the Tar Heels on the forecheck, it became really hard for NC State to get up the ice and get some chances. They did have one power play, got a couple of shots, but you got to like the way Joel Hughes played in that second period. He made some big saves at key times that gave the Tar Heels the opportunity to extend this lead. So a great second period from the Tar Heels. We've got highlights and some more analysis coming up on the other side, but a 3-0 lead for North Carolina.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
We all make more than 35,000 decisions a day. Most are small, but some can be life-changing.
When it comes to taking care of yourself, the most important choices can be hard to make. Like having a tough conversation instead of ignoring a buddy's call.
Or being there for support, not assuming things will just get better. Make the decision to be there for the veterans in your life, for your community, for yourself. Learn more at BeThereForVeterans.com.
I don't think that
eating disorder clicked in our head at any point in time. We just knew that something was wrong. We saw you withdraw, almost go into a closet and hide. We knew we had to go and seek help.
Eating disorders are serious, life-threatening illnesses, but recovery is possible. Visit nationaleatingdisorders.org for help and hope.
Treatment to me is the key to recovery.
I love you, and you're worth it.
Alcohol is the leading cause of preventable injury and death for people under 21.
And the #1 place teens get alcohol
is at home. We're your daughters and your sons, your nieces and nephews,
your neighbors and your kids' friends.
And we need you to keep us safe by locking up alcohol in your home.
Talk it up, lock it up.
Well, they're tidying up the ice here at PNC Arena as we get set for the third and final period between the North Carolina Tar Heels and the NC State Ice Pack. We've got highlights from the second period for you, and we'll take a look at them now. Another good period for North Carolina, but there were some chances for the Ice Pack as well. You see one of those saves from Hughes, one of those timely saves that the North Carolina Tar Heels needed. Very physical period as well, and here's the first really good chance that the Tar Heels had. Good back check by Zach Herman, and you can see just neither team with really, really good chances until this finish from Misha Saboden. They left him wide open. They're standing on the top of the crease, and it was there for the taking, and he finished it off. So a great, great period from the Tar Heels. They put one more away late in the period because of a turnover in the defensive zone for NC State, and that's been one of the big differences, I think, for these two teams as well. When you look at it, there have been some pretty quality chances off turnovers on both sides, but it's North Carolina that capitalized on a couple of them in this period, and that's the difference in the game right now. So if you're North Carolina, keep doing what you're doing, get in on that forecheck, create problems at the blue line, create those turnovers, and keep putting the puck in the back of the net. Again, if you're NC State, you got to get out of the zone clean, you got to get through neutral ice and set up in the offensive zone. But in particular, now that they've had a little bit more zone time, the quality of chances need to go up as well. There were a few grade A chances, but not enough if you're the Ice Pack trying to come back from a 3-0 deficit. We'll be back to talk about the third period coming up after this, but right now, Tar Heels well in control, 3-0.
Advice for future agents. Oh, hold on to your seat, guys. It's gonna be an amazing ride. It's tough at first. That first year is always tough, but you work hard and you can play hard. So if you can just stick with it, especially through that first year, every year after will be very abundant. So don't give up. This is a long ride, not a little short one.
You come to us with a license, a phone, a car, a laptop, work ethic and personality, and your businesses can grow from there.
The foundation, the leads, the leadership. I feel like the leadership here is great at Health Markets, and I'm very happy to be here. It's a great opportunity for any individual that would like to be in sales.
Do not minimize the power of the collective. When one has an issue, we all work on it and we figure it out. And that was something that was unique to me, to be in a room where everybody's competitive, but yet Health Market structure is such that you encourage and help each other. Through the lead system they have, there's no competition. As a matter of fact, it could probably double agents and still not satisfy the need that today's consumer has for accurate health insurance information. There's no concern on any of our part. As a matter of fact, we just can't get to all the clients. So come on in, the water's fine.
It's your choice how you want to take your business, where you want to do it, how you want to grow it. It's your baby. Health Markets has unlimited resources. I worked at many jobs before where they didn't have the resources that I needed to be as successful as I would like to be. At Health Markets, I call it a mini franchise. All you have to do is plug and play. It's all there for you, from leads to websites to Facebook to training. You can do your whole career and learn everything you ever needed to learn right there from our resource center.
I find a lot of gratitude in this job because I'm able to, on a daily basis, help individuals. The money that I'm able to save their families and the protection that I'm able to give them has been very rewarding for me personally because I have a huge heart towards helping and serving others, and this job definitely has given me the opportunity to meet that need for myself in serving them and taking care of their families.
I like to say that we cover you from head to toe, including your eyes and teeth, without costing you an arm and a leg. That's the health market's difference.
I don't think that eating disorder clicked in our head at any point in time. We just knew that something was wrong. We saw you withdraw, almost go into a closet and hide. We knew we had to go and seek help.
Eating disorders are serious, life-threatening illnesses, but recovery is possible. Visit nationaleatingdisorders.org for help and hope.
Treatment to me is the key to recovery.
I love you, and you're worth it.
Just about 5 minutes left until we drop the puck for the third and final period between your North Carolina Tar Heels and the NC State Ice Pack. Chris Lehman back with you at PNC Arena. And right now, with 20 minutes to go, the Tar Heels well positioned for their first Governor's Cup win and their first win here on this ice behind me at PNC Arena. So it could be a very special moment for North Carolina coming up, but they still got 20 minutes to get through. And you look at the score, you look at the way that this game has gone. If you're North Carolina, you feel like you can defend and win this game, but I'm sure head coach Jeff Volkman is not telling his team that right now, because if you sit back and let NC State get to their game, get on the attack, things can get very scary very quickly. We talked about the Robinson brothers. They're not the only weapons on this team. There are threats up and down the lineup for NC State. One thing that head coach Jeff Volkman has told me a couple times is this NC State team, they don't necessarily have that same top-tier talent like Riley Johnson and Chris Solomon that we talked about in that last period, but they still have that solid first to fourth line depth and first to third pairing depth on defense, as well as on that forward line. So you have some great depth on that NC State team, and they can make you pay if you give them the opportunity to. So if you're North Carolina, you have to stick with your game. You don't need to take any risks. Now, North Carolina hasn't taken too many risks jumping up in the play with their defense or anything of that nature, but this is a period where you don't need to take any risks, but you still need to play your game to keep NC State from getting back into this hockey game. If the Tar Heels are able to do that, they will come away with their first Governor's Cup victory and their first win here at PNC Arena. We're closing in on the third period. We'll be right back here at PNC Arena.
Advice for future agents. Oh, hold on to your seat, guys. It's gonna be an amazing ride. It's tough at first. That first year is always tough, but you work hard and you can play hard. So if you can just stick with it, especially through that first year, every year after will be very abundant. So don't give up. This is a long ride, not a little short one.
You come to us with a license, a phone, a car, a laptop, work ethic and personality, and your businesses can grow from there.
The foundation, the leads, the leadership. I feel like the leadership here is great at Health Markets, and I'm very happy to be here. It's a great opportunity for any individual that would like to be in sales.
Do not minimize the power of the collective. When one has an issue, we all work on it and we figure it out. And that was something that was unique to me, to be in a room where everybody's competitive, but yet Health Market structure is such that you encourage and help each other. Through the lead system they have, there's no competition. As a matter of fact, it could probably double agents and still not satisfy the need that today's consumer has for accurate health insurance information. There's no concern on any of our part. As a matter of fact, we just can't get to all the clients. So come on in, the water's fine.
It's your choice how you want to take your business, where you want to do it, how you want to grow it. It's your baby. Health Markets has unlimited resources. I worked at many jobs before where they didn't have the resources that I needed to be as successful as I would like to be. At Health Markets, I call it a mini franchise. All you have to do is plug and play. It's all there for you, from leads to websites to Facebook to training. You can do your whole career and learn everything you ever needed to learn right there from our resource center.
I find a lot of gratitude in this job because I'm able to, on a daily basis, help individuals. The money that I'm able to save their families and the protection that I'm able to give them has been very rewarding for me personally, because I have a huge heart towards helping and serving others, and this job definitely has given me the opportunity to meet that need for myself in serving them and taking care of their families.
I like to say that we cover you from head to toe, including your eyes and teeth, without costing you an arm and a leg. That's the Health Markets difference.
We played 40 minutes here at PNC Arena. We've got 20 left to go. Chris Lehman back alongside Joey Bianconi as we get set for the final period. And Joey, a 3-0 lead for North Carolina is going to be tough for NC State. What do they need to do to get back in it?
Absolutely. It's going to be tough, but we've seen them do it before. Bring your minds back last year to the ACCHL playoff run against Wake Forest, coming down 3-0 in the third, coming away with a 4-3 victory in overtime. But you know, defense has to play better. That's what I said on my stream. You know, just looking a little slow back there, not giving their goaltender any help. So as long as the defense plays better, that's going to create more opportunities for the offense. So we'll see what they can do here in these last 20 minutes.
Yeah, and that comeback against Wake, if my memory serves correctly, is the Ice Pack iced the puck here early in this third period. It wasn't just a 3-goal deficit in the third period. It was a 3-goal deficit in the final 3 minutes or so. They scored 3 goals very quickly, so you know they can strike very fast. And if you're North Carolina, one of the things I talked about is you don't have to take any risks up 3-0, but you can't sit back and defend because NC State will make you pay.
Exactly. You can't go too conservative with a lead like that. Got to keep the pedal on the metal, but don't create any opportunities for the Ice Pack. Don't give them any costly turnovers. Just play smart for 20 minutes and they'll come away with the win here.
There's a lucky fan coming away with a souvenir from tonight. Puck cleared up into the netting and out of play, so another offensive zone faceoff here for North Carolina. Brian Hogan to take it against Zach Herman of NC State. Hogan tried to win it forward. Herman shut that down. Ice Pack skate it right out. Good stick check there from Dano here. Dispossessed Alex Fong momentarily, but Fong still works it deep. Tar Heels in control. Zajic wraps it around the wall. O'Here has space through neutral ice. Collapsing over nicely is Gear Stewart. Now the Ice Pack in control. Chipped in. Chasing after it is Herman, and he is going to negate the icing. Zajic to it for North Carolina. He's got O'Here. Fans on the pass to the middle. Collects it back at the red line, and he'll carry it in. Sidesteps a check. Did a nice job to keep his balance. Gets it deep. O'Here steers it in front. Stolen away. Ice Pack in control. Bresingham lost it in his skates for a moment, able to kick it forward. Herman furthers it along, puts some pressure on Simon Malone, who loses his footing. Tar Heels regroup though. So Bowden, rink wide, has Friedman with speed. He scored the last goal for the Tar Heels, looking for another, and he comes. He'll be taken out. The net comes off its moorings. Torrier goes flying as well, and play will stop. I did not see any signal for a penalty on that, so it looks like it'll stay 5-on-5 after that collision. Here's another look at it.
Yeah, and I didn't see a signal on that either, but it very well could have been a tripping. Take a look at that replay.
Based on this replay, maybe a little bit of a slash from Stewart. Down low, that's not going to get called. And a good check as well coming in from Logan Todd. I think it was a pretty clean play by the Ice Pack when you go to look at that replay.
Regardless, Logan Todd coming in there and possibly saving another goal by UNC, doing a good job there. Like I said, the defense needed to come alive, and that's one of the plays that should get them going.
And speaking of defense, nice job by Jack Gleason in neutral ice. Gets it deep quickly. Tar Heels with a chance, and it rolls through the crease
harmlessly. Bouncing back out in front. Saboden slaps at it. Can't make contact. Good fight here from the Tar Heels to try and keep the zone. Unable to do so as Alex Robinson steers it to the middle on the backhand. Leaving it Friedman for O'Shaughnessy. Patrick O'Shaughnessy, curl and drag. Fans on that shot. Quick turnaround for the Ice Pack. Robinson trying to force his way through Edwards and does. Backhand shot, he scores! What a shot from Alex Robinson. Just over that glove side shoulder of Hughes, and they finally beat the UNC netminder to open up the scoring.
Yeah, nice job by Alex Robinson there. Had some trouble finding the puck entering the zone, but ends up coming away with it behind the UNC defense. We'll take a look at that there. Yeah, just unable to find that puck. Finds it again over the glove side of Hughes. That's something the Ice Pack needed desperately, especially to start off this period. And they'll cut this lead. 2 more goals left for the Ice Pack to come back and tie. Crucial time for them.
Tar Heels will get it deep to start the play up again, and now they've got to have an answer. This is going to rejuvenate the Wolfpack faithful here, who have been pretty quiet for most of the game, and that's exactly the start you want if you're NC State. You got to get on the board. You're looking to one of your leaders in Alex Robinson, and he makes it happen. Tar Heels back in control. Walsh looking to break it out. He finds Edwards. Edwards was the one beaten on that goal. He was a forward trying to get back. We talked about challenging forwards who are back defending. Robinson did a good job there. Edwards moves it forward here. Tar Heels unable to maintain the zone, though. They'll get back in on the forecheck now. Mahan putting some pressure on. Errant pass. Going to make its way all the way down and wide of Hughes, but no icing on the play. We'll continue. Zajic to set up behind the net as you hear that Wolfpack chant going again. Sam Ives deflects it deep to avoid the icing. Tar Heels back into pressure. Vaglia unable to get a stick to it. Ice Pack back out. Here's Matt Miller. Holds up at the UNC blue line. Now a look for more space. Over to Ricky Frosch in front of the Carolina bench. He'll be knocked off the puck. And now the Tar Heels chant comes back in response. Great atmosphere here at PNC tonight. Forcing his way forward is Winfrey. Somehow carries the puck into the NC State end, but can't maintain control. It's back out to the Tar Heel blue line for Simon Malone. He'll lift it off the glass. Given to Luke Jajelski of NC State. He'll send it off the stick of Winfrey and in. Ice Pack off for a change. About 16 minutes left in this one. You can see a little bit more energy from that NC State side. Hogan looking to answer the goal. Charges in, and a big save made by Toyer. Net is off the moorings, so we'll have another face-off in the NC State end. But this is a move that the Tar Heels have gone to frequently, just trying to power into the net. Toyer does a nice job of staying with the puck and making that save.
Yeah, nice job by Toyer there. Gear Stewart causing a little bit of trouble there for the Tar Heels as well. Playing a pretty solid game. Had that one miscue in the second period, but making up for it there.
When we mentioned it, it felt a little bit like they were standing around a little bit in front of their own net, NC State. There's a lot more commitment to defending the front of the net here to start this third period, and it's fueling, as you talked about their defense fueling that offense, it certainly is right now. But they've got to defend as North Carolina controls off the offensive zone draw. Stuck along that far wall, NC State comes away with a loose puck. Fong chips it forward, chases it down, looks across, has an open man in Herman. He'll look back to the middle, they score! It snuck through Hughes. I'm not sure if it hit a Carolina body out in front, but we're less than 5 minutes into the third, and it's a one-goal hockey game.
Zach Herman, the guy I said to watch out for, so much speed on that Ice Pack offense, and he just gets alone in the face-off circle on the right side of Hughes. Chooses to wait a little bit. You'll see he'll fake the shot there and just go right past the glove side of Hughes. Again, that's a second goal on the glove side of Hughes. Maybe the Ice Pack are targeting it there as he just fails to save that one. You got to think Hughes is going to want that one back.
Absolutely. That is bad positioning for Joel Hughes. You saw how much space there was on that short side. It was still right where he could get it with the glove, and he wasn't able to get enough, but we talked about being a little shaky in the first period. That's definitely one that's a little shaky here, and the Ice Pack have got a lot of energy, a lot of jump here now, and North Carolina is going to have to find a way to close that down. O'Shaughnessy's shot is blocked by Hugo. Ice Pack right back on the attack. Robinson already has one, looking for the game tire now. Throws it at the net, off the side, and all the way around and out. Hugo, D to D with Cowan, off the wall for Zach Robinson, who slaps it deep. Wills Kendrick Holmes first to it for the Tar Heels. For Saboden, breakout pass, chipped along by O'Shaughnessy but not out. Well held by Zach Robinson. Here's Alex, high slot shot off the wall, out to the left circle. Tar Heels looking to clear. Good hold by Alex Robinson. Extra effort from the Tar Heels, clear it out. They can regroup at their own blue line now. Kendrick Holmes has space. He'll throw one in on Tollier, easily handled with the blocker. 14.5 minutes left. This has been at all NC State this period. A lot of good chances for the Ice Pack. They found a way past Joel Hughes, and they've made this a really good hockey game here. Side of the net in the Tar Heel end. Marini chases it down in that right corner. Back to the blue line, turned over. Maybe a breakaway for Mahan if he can get there quickly, but Ricky Frosch beats him to the loose puck. And NC State slows it down in neutral ice.
Nice awareness by Frosch there. Could have been a crucial turn of events here for UNC, going down 2 goals in the starting minutes of this period. Ricky Frosch, good heads-up play by him.
Pass in front, off the stick of Arini, and he couldn't find it in his skates. Another great chance to tie the game for the Ice Pack. North Carolina is going to have to regroup here. At least at this point, if we see another goal from NC State in the next couple of minutes, it might be time for that timeout from Jeff Volkman. Tar Heels need a change. In alone, Vaglia backhands it in on Toyer. And Toyer covers up. Little extra hit there on Vaglia from Stewart. And that'll get the crowd into it once again.
The crowd's into it, but also the Ice Pack are now back into it. We're talking about how slow they looked defensively and offensively last period, and now they scored 2 goals, cut this lead only to 1 by UNC. The energy has just completely flipped as you see a hit. Gear Stewart right there takes down Vaglia. And, the energy has just flipped in the building.
Well, and that's been the kind of the mentality of NC State all game. They've been the more physical team. A good reaction there, I think, from Vaglia. He just kind of laughs it off and doesn't get into it. But that's kind of the game that NC State has played. They've been the more physical team. I think they're trying to wear North Carolina down that way, and they're definitely the bigger team. So they're taking advantage of that. And again, just a nice job staying disciplined there by Vaglia, not to turn it into anything extra. Tar Heels having trouble corralling off the offensive zone draw. Ice Pack able to move it up and out. Bresingham forces it into the offensive end. Turned right back out by Simon Malone. Now the Tar Heels moving forward. It's Sam Ives into the offensive zone. He'll be forced off the puck along the right wall. Bresingham breaks it out to the middle. Can't find Fong. It'll be a loose puck. And a foot race to it. Hogan wins that race. Jack Gleason now move forward for Zach Mangle. Mangle trying to fight his way around Hugo, who forces him into the corner. Now along that near wall, they'll scrum for it. Squirts loose. Here's Zach Herman, one of the goal scorers for the Ice Pack here in this period. Good stick from Henry Foster to shut that down. Ice Pack send it deep. Malone trying to break it out. Steps past Emery Oliver. Space for Malone through the neutral zone. Across the blue line. Drops it off for Foster. Has a man coming behind, and Foster will be dispossessed. Chance to move. It'll be an odd man rush if the Ice Pack go quickly. Down the left wing, Oliver drops it off. Sent back intended for Oliver, but unable to find him was Logan Todd. And now the Tar Heels back forward. With speed, it's Miglior. Miglior's shot. Kneeling down, Cowan makes the block. It'll be chipped along to the right wall. Foster first to it. He'll send it in. Good hip check there from the Ice Pack to flip down Foster. But the Tar Heels still hold the zone. Good block, though, from Robinson. He's got space to move forward with speed. Robinson, he'll be taken down. NC State wants a call. They're not going to get it.
Oh, what a move by Zach Robinson there. Falling over, just tries to get it, and he gets it again.
Another chance in front. Tar Heels really not in control right now. This is a very different period from the last 2, and the Tar Heels right now just trying to survive it. Magid trying to clear, has trouble. Sent right back in by NC State. Hughes sets it on a tee behind the net. He's got some pressure and swats it over into that left corner. Foster up that left wall. He finds Dan O'Hear. O'Shaughnessy with him on a 2-on-2. O'Hear drags, shoots, and it slides just wide. O'Shaughnessy first to it for the Tar Heels. It's poked loose by an Ice Pack defender. Looked like that was Philip Bailey. Tar Heels send it right back in on Toyer. Matt Miller picks it up for North Carolina State. Under 11 minutes to go. Ice Pack with a couple of quick ones here in the third to make it a one-goal game. Here's Friedman off a turnover, walks out in front. Nice save made by Torrier as he steals the near side. NC State able to carry it up and out now. Philip Bailey going 1-on-2. He'll be closed off by Zajic nicely. His defensive partner Winfrey collects the loose puck and clears it out. And now the Ice Packer offside as Philip Bailey touches up, and we'll have a stoppage. But good energy here, Joey, from this NC State team. They have flipped the ice on North Carolina.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we'll take a look back at a few opportunities here for both teams. As you see, do a good job. Oh, Zach Robinson just almost there, falling over on the backhand, just lifts it a little too high. Could argue there could have been a call, but it looks like he just tripped over himself. But
that one's a tough one because Miglior's stick is there. It's tough to tell if that's what caused the trip or not. A lot of times when the stick's there and someone falls, you get the call. So you understand why NC State wasn't happy.
That
and
one's
now
gonna be a boarding.
We're going to get a penalty here.
That one's going to be on Drew Bressingham right into the side board there. Take a look at what happened here on the replay.
Yeah, and you like it if you're NC State, the way they've been physical. You have to make sure you stay within the bounds of the rules here, and just coming over the top of the back there, Bressingham's going to get called on that one all day. And this is a big power play for North Carolina. They've only had a couple of chances, one of them an abbreviated power play, but they haven't really gotten into a groove with the man advantage. We'll see if they can do it here and redouble that lead to 4-2. Tar Heels looking to control and set up here on the man advantage. Along the half wall, flip pass to the middle, stolen and cleared by Matt Miller. That sequence there early on in the power play, but if you're North Carolina there, I think you need to move the puck a little bit more and force this NC State penalty kill to move and open up some gaps. Here's Foster.
We've seen how good this penalty kill has been for the Ice Pack. A few times they've been out here on the ice today, just clearing pucks, wasting time. See if the UNC Tar Heels can flip the script on this one.
They've got to dig it out. Cowan, excellent job pinning it to the wall, wasting time. Already 40-plus seconds gone on the man advantage. Sliding play made. It was Foster jumping over. Looked like he might have been trying to get that extra call as well, but didn't. Play will continue. Winfrey from the top of the umbrella. Shot deflected up in the air, swatted over to the corner by Victor Hugo. Tar Heels still in control, halfway through the power play. One-timer from Foster, whistles wide of that near post. Tar Heels back at it, a shooting gallery here as O'Shaughnessy's shot deflects up and over top. Foster back down low for Hogan. They'll switch places. Up to the blue line, Winfrey. Back over to Brian Hogan. Cross ice, O'Shaughnessy, it's in his skates. He can't get the shot away. Miller steals it. Looking to clear, doesn't have time as he's knocked off the puck. Tar Heels in control. It's O'Shaughnessy who loses possession, and now NC State does clear with 30 seconds left on the power play.
A much-needed clear for the Ice Pack there. Just relentless shots on Toyer, not able to get anybody off the ice, and they'll get a full line change here.
Zajic, cross ice for Friedman, in with speed, down to the last 15 seconds of the power play. Noah Friedman brings it behind. He'll cycle it up top for Malone. Quick shot. Didn't get all the way through. It'll trickle to the far corner. Dan O'Here in control. Down to the last 5 seconds. Hughes letting his team know the man advantage coming to an end. O'Here, shot blocked by a sprawling Ice Pack player. That was Philip Bailey. We're back to 5-on-5 now. Zajic, shot. Hit a body on the way through. It looked like Emery Oliver got a piece of it and deflected it wide. So the Tar Heels come up empty on the power play. And it stays 3-2. O'Here back to work. Couldn't get the shot away. NC State moving forward again. Here's Alex Robinson. He's got some help. Shot from Robinson off the blocker of Hughes and up into the netting for a face-off.
Nice penalty kill there by the Ice Pack, and right after the power play ends for the Tar Heels, Ice Pack come back right the other way. The Robinson brothers, like we've seen them all night, just with some speed. Alex Robinson rips a shot on goal. Nice save by Hughes, though. Stoppage of play. Face-off will be in the UNC zone.
That's one that Hughes needed. He hasn't seen many shots since the 2 goals he gave up, so a little bit of a confidence booster as now UNC moves in. Ives with speed. Blockered away, his shot by Toyer. They'll fight for it behind. Zach Mengel for the Tar Heels. Can't come away with it. NC State looking to break it out. It gets shut down at the top of the circles, though. Logan Todd pitchforks it up the boards and out. First one to it is Jack Gleason of North Carolina, and he will send it right back towards the NC State end. Well, we talked about how the Ice Pack through the first 2 periods really struggled to move through the neutral zone. And again, things are flipping here in the third. Not quite as much possession for this Tar Heel team as a quick shot from Mangle is padded down and covered by Toyer with 7:12 to go. And one thing to keep an eye on now, the game's settled down a little bit as we get another look at this chance for Mangle. The game, this third period in particular, has kind of settled down since those 2 quick goals from NC State, and you're getting into more of a flow of this game. Ice Pack need to ramp it up a little bit. They're starting to run short on clock a bit with a little over 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, now that we're over halfway through this period, the Ice Pack definitely need to get back on the gas. UNC doing a good job at trying to flip this script here. The Ice Pack got up to 2 quick goals in the first half of the third period. See what occurs here in the last 7 minutes.
Ice Pack holding the zone. Good pinch there from Victor Hugo. Down behind the net, thrown out in front, bouncing puck, low slot. Nobody gets a stick to it in a white jersey. Here comes North Carolina. Foster has space up the right wing. Stops top of the circle, finds O'Hare. One-timer and a blocker saved by Toyer. UNC still in control. Near corner, Foster has his pass tipped away. NC State, plenty of space to break it out. Head man for Bailey, having some trouble controlling it, pestered by Winfrey. Foster clears the zone for North Carolina. Battle in front of the UNC bench here. It's pinned there. Foster tries to push it along. Now Hogan finds O'Hare, trying to dangle a defender. Can't. A little bit of a bad change for the Tar Heels. Leave space for NC State. Here comes Fong, and a blocker save from Joel Hughes. Bressingham holds it along the half wall. A couple of Tar Heels in there to help. Saboden and O'Shaughnessy. Now it's Bressingham getting some help from Matt Miller. 5-man scrum along the hashes. Kendrick Holmes has it for North Carolina. Looks to O'Hare. It's been a long shift for Dan O'Hare. As the puck skitters in on Hughes, he'll stick it to the corner.
And you mentioned that long shift. The Ice Pack are doing an extraordinary job right now of keeping the puck in the zone. As you see another example of it by Zach Herman right there. Not letting UNC clear that zone, but they finally do. And they're going to get that desperately needed partial line change.
Yeah, it was really O'Hare that needed to come off. That's going to throw off the line changes a little bit. But the Tar Heels did a good job just to weather that storm, being pinned in their own end. Hughes leaves it behind the net, slapped around the wall by Justin Magan. For Saboden, stuck on the hashes, under some pressure, can't clear the zone. Wrapped around the wall by Victor Hugo, takes an awkward hop off a stanchion. That'll help out the Tar Heels as Will Kendrick Holmes banks it up the wall, but not out. He has some help from Walsh and Saboden. They'll clear it to neutral ice, but Hugo steps in front of it at the red line. Ice Pack on the attack once again to the middle, reaching out, getting a stick to it was Robinson, and it was knocked away by Hughes. Great chance for the Ice Pack there.
Well, that was a wonderful chance. Just a nice stick out in front. You know, that puck was way out in front of Herman. He just stuck his stick out there. Nice job by him.
Down to the last 4.5 minutes. Puck deflected up into the netting as Leighton Walsh had brought it into the zone for the Tar Heels. We'll have a face-off to the left of Isaac Toyer. But this game has become everything we wanted it to be. You wondered after the second period, NC State hadn't found their game through 40 minutes. It was a 3-0 deficit, but they've made it a very fun contest here for the last 4 minutes.
You know, I think the Ice Pack fans watching the stream, I know we have a combined stream here, the Ice Pack fans know that they were never out. They played so well down in these games this season, especially. You never can count them out, and it's showing here that they're only down 1 goal, 4:20 left.
Tar Heels control behind their net. Simon Malone knocked off the puck by Zach Robinson. Into the near corner they go to fight for it. Tar Heels able to chip it up the wall, but there to keep it in is Emery Oliver. He'll swipe it around the wall and behind for Robinson. Looking for a backhand pass out in front, doesn't find it, but it finds its way back to the stick of Robinson. He'll turn with it, walking the goal line, now back behind the net again. Pressure from a couple of Tar Heels. Vaglia in there with Malone. Puck loose to Oliver. Shot from the point from Frosch. Blocker down by Hughes. Tar Heels trying to clear, and they will. They need a change. Lots of pressure here on North Carolina, looking for their first win in the Governor's Cup, their first win here at PNC Arena. And you wonder if that adds to the nerves a little bit, trying to be the first team to do it. They haven't before. Miscommunication between Ives and Mangle, but a good recovery by Zach Mangle. From the far circle, he will wrist it high and wide. Ice Pack have the chance to clear. Bouncing puck, giving Zach Robinson some trouble. He'll find Bailey, though. Philip Bailey walking in. He gets knocked down hard by Zajic. Big hit from the Tar Heel defenseman. North Carolina sends it all the way down. They can't get a touch on it, and this will be icing.
Nice check by Zajic there. Goal scorer in this game just comes up, plays a huge hit on Philip Bailey while he's trying to make a move as he's entering the zone. We'll see the hit again. Just caught him right off guard. Wasn't even looking at that one. What a hard hit by Zajic.
Yeah, the puck was starting to get away from Bailey a little bit there, and Zajic steps up. That was a hit that North Carolina needed. We haven't seen a lot of that from the Tar Heels tonight, and you need to push back a little bit sometimes when you're getting knocked around. Here's Zajic. Has a goal to go along with that last hit we just saw. Clears the zone. Tar Heels trouble corralling it, though. They'll recover at their own blue line. It's Foster. Cuts to the middle. Leaves it for Hogan. Quick shot. Knocked away by the pad of Isaac Toyer. Floated back out in front. O'Hear trying to get a deflection to it, but couldn't. Ice Pack, chip it up and out once again. At his own blue line, Zajic will retreat with the puck. Off the wall up that left side. O'Hear can't control. Puck just meandering through the neutral zone. Neither team really getting full control. Ice Pack retreating to their own end for it.
Coming up on 2:20 here left. Ice Pack down a goal. We'll keep an eye on Isaac Toyer, see when he gets pulled.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too long from now. The one thing that NC State needs, though, is to get set up in the offensive end. Toyer already out to the hash marks. He's looking to go to the bench, but won't quite yet as Simon Malone controls for UNC. Taken off the wall by Gleason. Pass disrupted. Here comes Robinson. Steps around a defender. Looks to the middle. And a sprawling play made. And a save from Hughes.
That puck was there for the taking for the Ice Pack. Hughes way out of net. That one trickled in behind him, but nice recovery. We'll see here on the replay. Zach Robinson with the toe drag. Tries to wrap it around, and Hughes just way out. Puck moves into the crease, but he reaches a hand behind and covers that one.
Oh, no, Shaughnessy with that diving play likely saved the goal because Oliver was wide open on that far post. And then credit to Hughes. He's a little bit out of position here, but he's able to get back to the post and cover that puck up. That was a great job, and now it looks like we're going to get a timeout called. And these two teams will talk it over. I'm not sure whether it was NC State or UNC that called it. North Carolina, I think, might need it a little more than NC State, even if the Ice Pack called it to set something up here.
Yeah, you know, the third period for the most part has been the Ice Pack's period. They have all the momentum here, have the home fans behind Isaac Toyer there, and I'm assuming he's going to be pulled as soon as the Ice Pack take possession of this puck with just 1:56 seconds left. But both teams will be talking about the strategy to finish out this game, try to avoid overtime for the Tar Heels. The Ice Pack, they'll settle with overtime. They'll go to overtime. And we'll get extra hockey here if they do at PNC Arena. That's going to be exciting if that happens.
Yeah, the boys in blue don't want overtime, but I think most people in the arena would be excited by it.
Oh, it
certainly would
great.
make for one of the best Governor's Cups, if not the best Governor's Cup we've seen here.
Extra skater on for NC State. Toyer is out of the net, so 6-on-5 here for the last 1:56 seconds. We'll see if the Ice Pack can do it.
I think that's the right move, too. You have the extra body on the ice. You have a better chance of containing the zone, even if you lose the faceoff. We'll see how it goes. Puck to the middle, and a baseball bat try from Zach Robinson is covered up by Hughes. We'll do it again.
The Ice Pack just need to win these faceoffs. Especially they have no goalie down there, so if UNC wins this faceoff and finds a way to get it out of the zone, Ice Pack are going to really struggle to get back there and try to block that shot. They'll win this one.
NC State controls off the draw. Thrown behind the net. Winfrey first to it for the Tar Heels. He'll get it up and out. Looks like it hit the skate. No, it didn't, of Alex Robinson. And they're going to call this one icing.
Right call there. Just moves past. No Tar Heel there to touch it. So it'll come back into the Tar Heel zone. We'll have another face-off down there. 1:41 seconds left.
Now you see the North Carolina players are talking with the officials. Alex Robinson was right there along the wall, and it got through him. I initially thought, of course, where we are on this side, couldn't really see where the puck was because of the boards, so it's hard to tell if it touched him or not. But this is a big decision for the officials because this will be the difference between a faceoff in the offensive end for NC State and at center ice, which means that NC State may very well have to put Toyer back in the net here as well.
Per ACHA rules, even though we have replay here in this arena, no replay is allowed to be used by these referees, so they need to figure it out now by talking to each other. They cannot look back up at the scoreboard here at PNC Arena to see exactly what happened.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you can't change the rules for just one game because you have something extra. But it does look like they're going to hold the icing call, and Zach Herman wins a big draw for the Ice Pack. Cross ice pass to the blue line, stolen away. Henry Foster, a chance to end it, and he does. A minute and a half to go. Foster makes it 4-2 on the empty net.
Yeah, just a huge mistake there by Alex Robinson, trying to pass it over to Victor Hugo and just misses his stick. And he can't get back on the defense. A lot to ask for him for that. But UNC is all but iced this game here with a minute and 33 seconds left. So you see that pass just doesn't connect. Alex Robinson tries to get back, but Foster there just puts it over the stick of Robinson, and that'll all do it here.
Well, there's still plenty of time left. I'm not sure if I were an NC State fan I'd leave quite yet, but that will certainly be a breath of fresh air for this North Carolina team. You got some insurance now, and with a minute and a half left, you just have to execute on the defensive end. Loose puck in the neutral ice. Zach Herman has it for NC State. Carries it around Zajic, sends it to the middle, and a nice sliding play by Winfrey to deflect it to the corner. He'll send it off the glass and out. A bouncing puck, not going to have enough juice for icing. Alex Robinson back for it. He'll go cross ice. Forward for Garrett Arini. Pestered by Zajic, forced into the corner, and he'll be knocked off the puck. Strong play by Zajic. Back to the blue line. Here's Robinson. High slot, fans on the shot. Foster clears it, but can't clear the zone. Hugo holds at the blue line. Down under a minute to go now. Victor Hugo takes a wrist shot. Strong blocker save from Hughes through traffic. Puck in that far corner. Being forced up the wall by the Tar Heels. NC State able to counter. Back to the middle. Zach Robinson shut down. Foster trying to chip it past Hugo, but can't. Down to 30 seconds to go. Herman again. Works it behind for Oliver. He'll slap it around the wall. Foster going to be the first there. He's going to swat it all the way down the ice. This is likely going to be, it looks like he didn't quite get enough on it. So no icing. Arini retreats for it. Stretch pass, doesn't find his target, Zach Robinson. Sent back down by Hogan. This one will be icing. No, they'll wave it off. Good hustle from O'Hear as we're down under 10 seconds. Saboden maybe looking for one last cherry on top as the Tar Heels send it in front. It'll be knocked away. And for the first time here at PNC Arena, the North Carolina Tar Heels win the Governor's Cup. Final count 4-2 over NC State.
Congratulations to the Tar Heels. It's been a long time coming for them. 10 matchups here at PNC Arena, and they finally get their first one. Props off to head coach Jeff Volkman and his entire team. Well-deserved victory for them.
Yeah, and credit to NC State for fighting through that third period as well. What really ends up costing the Ice Pack, I think, is the slow start. The first two periods were not good for NC State. They looked flat. They just didn't have it, and unfortunately for them, that 3-goal deficit was a little bit too much. But again, a great push. They did exactly what they needed coming out of the break into the third period. They made it interesting, and again, turn to the other side, credit to UNC for being able to hold strong with that 1-goal lead for as long as they did, and then Foster found the empty net to ice it.
Yeah, but if you're the Ice Pack, you can't always be chasing those leads. I know they said they play better when they're down, and they showed it. They almost came back here in this one, but you got to get up to that early lead and be able to contain that lead. You can't always be chasing, and that ended up costing the Ice Pack in the end. They moved to 6-11-1 on their first half of the season.
And for the Tar Heels, they are now 10-7-1 as the two teams shake hands. But again, for the first time, Tar Heels Governor's Cup champions with a 4-2 win over the NC State Ice Pack. Joey, it's been a pleasure doing this game with you as we'll head to our post games. Again, final count 4-2, North Carolina over NC State.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, Do stars visit their friends?
Look!
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Well, as you can see behind me, it is a happy scene for the North Carolina Tar Heels down there with the Governor's Cup, celebrating a 4-2 win over the NC State Ice Pack. It was a heck of a hockey game. What it really boils down to is the first 2 periods, NC State dug themselves too much of a hole. Great job by North Carolina. They came out, got to their game for the first couple of periods. They built the lead they needed, and then they held on in the third. Now, we talked about in that second intermission, if you're North Carolina, you don't want to sit back and defend in that third period. You got to attack because you know NC State can come back, and NC State did a great job making it interesting. They had some of their top scorers on this team finally get on the board. Alex Robinson and Zach Herman both scoring early, but credit to North Carolina after that. There was still good pressure from NC State throughout that third period, but the Tar Heels able to hold up to it, and then Henry Foster ices things in the final 2 minutes with that empty net goal to give the Tar Heels their first win here at PNC Arena, and they're going to head off the ice with the Governor's Cup and have a good time in that locker room before they head back to Chapel Hill. We're going to step aside one quick time here on the post game, see if we can't get head coach Jeff Volkman up to talk real quick about how his team came away with their first Governor's Cup victory, but a great win for the North Carolina Tar Heels. Final count 4-2 over NC State.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Things have calmed down here a little bit at PNC Arena. Chris Lehman back with you after a 4-2 Governor's Cup win for your North Carolina Tar Heels. Head coach Jeff Volkman making his way up from the bowels of PNC Arena right now. So as we wait for him, I'll let you know what's coming up next for the Tar Heels. It's going to be a while. Both NC State and your North Carolina Tar Heels are done for the semester. So if you're North Carolina, great way to end this calendar year with a big win over your rival, your first Governor's Cup win. But coming out of the break, a couple of tough contests against Virginia Tech and Wake Forest in mid-January for that UNC team. So it's going to be a good start to that second semester for this team, but certainly can't complain too much about the way this first semester has gone with the win over NC State. Of course, North Carolina now 2-0 against the Ice Pack this season, but overall a 10-7, 1-1 record, and they are now 16th in the Southeast region in Division II ACHA hockey. So a great first semester, and I'm sure with the win over NC State, that ranking will climb for the Tar Heels, but this is an excellent way to finish up the first half of the season. So we're going to step aside just really quick. We'll have head coach Jeff Volkman back to wrap things up after this.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's all good if you think you should check in. Yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
From the top of D.H. Hill Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually like in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? It's Kid Kinetic, your boy, up here at the top of the hour. And guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
Everything I do it for you.
Mom, love you always.
No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Welcome back to the post-game here at PNC Arena. We get a look at some of the highlights for North Carolina against the NC State Ice Pack as part of their 4-2 win. These are from the third period. It was a quick start for NC State as they were able to put a couple home. You see a great job as they started to really sell out on defense, which pushed them forward offensively. The physical play continued. North Carolina doing a good job. They had to defend themselves a little bit against ECU, so they took a few retaliatory penalties over the weekend, but they did a good job of staying within themselves, staying disciplined in the third period, and they were able to hold on to that 3-2 lead. Part of it due to saves from their goaltender in Joel Hughes. You saw one just a moment ago from him. Here's a big hit from Florian Zajic that helped shut down an opportunity, but the Ice Pack, they just kept coming. Good chance there for Zach Robinson, and they came up just short. That was the best chance to tie it for the Ice Pack, and it just unfortunately didn't find the back of the net. So the Tar Heels, after icing it with an empty net goal, finish it up 4-2, and head coach Jeff Volkman making his way up. But just again to reiterate, a great atmosphere here at PNC Arena tonight. I've been here for just about all of these Governor's Cup games, and I think when you look at the seating bowl and how full it was tonight, we had our best crowd on hand for what turned out to be probably the best Governor's Cup that we've had in its history so far. So a great performance from the Tar Heels. One thing that was interesting, at least for me to see, was whether or not NC State would have that pushback after losing at home to this Tar Heels team earlier in the season, and it was the Tar Heels who came out. They were on the offensive to start this game, and it was just an excellent overall performance. Well, head coach Jeff Volkman just about up here. We'll stick with it as he makes his way up the steps, but I'm sure a lot of good things to say about the way his team played tonight. Again, a 4-2 victory for North Carolina. And as Coach Volkman makes his way up here, we'll get him on camera and start with a question about just the overall performance of the team. So, coaches, we get you in here. First of all, congratulations. You get your first win at PNC Arena. You get to celebrate with the Governor's Cup on the ice. How did it feel you finally break through here?
It's a little surreal when there's a 6-year break, right? So I was speechless at the end of the game. I was so happy for the guys.
Yeah, and one thing that I almost expected to see from NC State to start this game was that they would come out, really put pressure on you guys and put you back on your heels. And there was a little bit of give and go there at the start of the game for the two teams, but it felt to me like your team really came out and put the pressure on North Carolina State a little bit more, and that forecheck really looked good.
I expected the same, and we responded to, their lack of pressure, if you will, and we pressed the pedal, and we just kept getting the puck deep, first and second, and things worked really well for us.
Well,
sorry, I'm out of shape here.
I completely understand. Getting up those steps is going to take some breath out of you. Right. But we'll give you a quick second here to catch your breath and talk about that third period, because that was where NC State came out and kind of put you guys on your heels a little bit. And one of the things that I said coming into that period was you couldn't sit back and defend, and you did that a little bit, but the thing that impressed me the most was the way your guys buckled down after giving up those 2 goals and holding the fort the rest of the way.
Yeah, there was a lot of communication on the bench. They were definitely pressing us. It was impressive, and we had to buckle down at the end there, and those boys responded really well. Because NC State, they had a lot of momentum and had a good tempo, and if we kept playing the way we were playing earlier in the third, it could have been trouble for us. But they buckled down. Couldn't be more proud of them, and they were able to put it away.
Yeah, Chris Lehman alongside head coach Jeff Volkman of the Tar Heels after their first Governor's Cup victory. One last question for you, Coach. It's going to be a long break. You don't get back at it for really almost a month. I think it's the 14th of January when you restart for the second semester. So a long break, kind of a two-parted question. Is there anything going on for the guys on the ice before the end of the semester? Or is it all grades? And then what do you need to see from them when they get back from break?
Yeah, right now it's all about finals. Take a break right now. Want the guys to take time away from the rink, and they'll continue to work out off the ice, focus on their academics right now, and then they get back to work when they get home, see their families, and then we're coming back. It's actually perfect timing. We have some big injuries right now, and it'd be trouble for us if it was the middle of the season right now or early in the season. So we're very fortunate in that, from that respect. So we're looking forward to a break.
Well, I'm going to throw one more question for you. As you did mention some key injuries, one of those injuries, a concussion to Cole Kozowski, who's your top point scorer going into this game. Obviously, without him, you still put 4 on the board. What do you have to say about the guys that were able to step up? I know you mentioned to me Noah Friedman was going to step up into that first-line role, and he just seems to rise to the occasion whenever you need him to.
Noah had a great game, and we moved him up to that top line or second line, and he really responded well, and it was expected. He's a senior. It was his time to do that, and just a lot of confidence out there, the way he's skating and the way he handles the puck. So, it was hard. There was a blow when Cole got his concussion because the team did look at him. The guy was a couple points a game, and doubts go through your mind, from the staff and the team, but you have to. It's the next man up mentality, and hope Cole's watching and he's proud of us right now.
I got to think he is. You're going to be taking the Governor's Cup home to Chapel Hill. Coach, thanks for running up here, even if it got you out of breath. We appreciate you coming up to talk after that win.
Thank you.
That's head coach Jeff Volkman. We're going to wrap up our coverage of the Governor's Cup as the Tar Heels head home happy to Chapel Hill, winners 4-2 over the Ice Pack.